Gonna hit a quick intro. Hey guys, welcome in. This is the 431st episode of the Dean Withers Show. For everybody tuning in today, I really appreciate you so much for being here. For all of the live viewers, thank you so much for setting some of your time aside to tune in. Good to see you all. Make sure to say what's good in those live chats. And on top of that, to all the VOD watchers that are actually watching after the fact, I appreciate you for being here as well. We got a great community of thousands of people who only watch these live streams after they are over and done and said with, when they're just recorded as videos on the channel. I think that's awesome. So that's super duper exciting. Folks, every single day we always like to go through the breaking news. Today's breaking news is kind of crazy. Bombshell, a CBS journalist, has allegedly confirmed that Donald Trump is controlling CBS. So Scott Pelley, a former CBS journalist who was literally fired yesterday, confirmed in a statement last night that CBS is allegedly injecting false and frivolous information into their political reporting at the hest and command of the White House, of the Trump administration. Okay? If this is true, this fundamentally reshapes journalism as we know it and confirms what we have thought to be true all along. Okay, we've been knew this, but it's crazy to now be hearing it from insiders at CBS that Donald Trump is controlling the media. It is 2026 and modern America now includes state-controlled media at the hest of the tyrant. Folks, this is a disgrace. This is the same CBS, by the way, that before Barry Weiss took control of it, paid thousands of dollars to fly me out to D.C. to set me down for debate with the Trump supporter. And then after CBS hired Barry Weiss, then fired the guy who conducted the interview and then completely trashed the whole episode of me debating the Trump supporter. The same CBS that has been caught time and time and time again suppressing information and reporting, such as the reporting on the insides of CCOT down in El Salvador because the Trump administration didn't want them to air. This is huge, folks. This is an absolute bombshell. I know it's easy just to kind of brush it off because we get bombshells every day, but let's not sane wash the insane. This is nuts, and I think that everybody needs to know it. Folks, we're going to go ahead and hop into the debates with the Trump supporters now. In fact, we already have the very first Trump supporter of the day. I just want to clarify that, I'm still, on top of your argument. You shared a little bit before we started the live stream. You support Trump because Harris was a woman?
Yeah, she's probably too emotional about things. So just based off a simple biologic, too emotional. She has a period. She shouldn't be the president. And I think Trump should control the media, because without control of the media, you have propaganda and LGBTQ people running around here spreading their false narratives,
Okay, so yeah, we need fascism to combat gay people saying it's okay to be gay. Wow, okay, well, this is definitely an interesting way to start the live stream. I mean, I woke the hell up. Sounds good. So your first claim is that women are more emotional than men. Then why do men commit 92% of violent crimes?
Because they're stronger.
Why do men commit 92% of violent crimes, including those, that don't necessitate any use for physical force, such as cyberbullying with threats of violence, arson, or terroristic threats?
Have you ever committed a violent crime? Okay, so it's not all men, right?
It's not all men. I never said it was. But it is the fact that a disproportionate amount of violent crimes are committed by men. Once again, 92% of them.
So why do you think
when we look at the amount of men who commit violent crimes compared to the amount of women who commit violent crimes, men commit 92% of them. If you can't understand the meaning behind this, then you're just a really stupid guy. But on top of committing 92%
black people commit 90% of murder, so black people are the problem. Huh. Yeah, right.
So no, I'm not that kind of guy. And that's also false. You lied about crime stats as it relates to black people. But my point about bringing up the fact that men can commit 92, almost 93% of violent crimes is to demonstrate that they have less emotional regulation than women. And this isn't only proven through crime stats, but it's also proven through drunk driving, reckless driving. It's proven through gambling. It's also proven through self-unaliving. Men are significantly more likely to self-unalive. It's proven by a man's neglect of therapy with a preface for extreme reactions such as self-alignment. Or it's proven by women's ability. What's that?
Is a man a leader in the household or a woman? In any household, who is the leader?
I think that hopefully the leader of a household would be that in which is best fit to serve. And that's assuming
The
that
man, right?
all people in the dynamic of a relationship want a specific leader. I don't think that any prescriptive gender norms such as men are better at leading exist. Now, I'm asking you why you do think men are better at leading than women. You said it's because women are more emotional. Then I asked you a series of questions to prove otherwise, and it doesn't seem like you've engaged with that. So once again, how about we ask you this? What is your evidence that women are more emotional than men?
They have a period, and based on their period, they have emotional biases because they bleed once a month, and that's a fact.
So what about a woman's period makes her emotional? Would you say that maybe
Just
women
do your research and
are more
watch and
likely
see.
to experience heightened emotions due to like imbalances and hormones?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. So that can be true for some people. When their hormones are imbalanced, they could be more likely to, like experience various emotions. But you said that the hormonal cycle for a woman is a month. Do you know what the hormonal cycle for a man is?
No, I don't
24
actually.
hours. So, point number one, not all women experience heightened emotions on their periods. And it
Most
is
do.
true that some do because of the hormonal imbalances in which could occur. But see, emotional, we'll call them, imbalances occur on a 24-hour regular basis for men every single day.
So you'd rather have a woman president than a man, is what you're saying?
I'd rather choose a president not based upon their gender identity, but rather their characteristics, attributes, skills, and resume. Because I don't
What
think that a person's gender
characteristics
is
would
relevant
Kamala
to their
have
leadership
over?
ability.
So why don't you support Trump? Like, what's the biggest reason?
Okay, yeah, well, because he's super
'Cause he's a
emotional. But
businessman?
well, I'm happy to talk to you about that as soon as you're done having our conversation about why you think men are less emotional than women. It seems like you're running away from that because you no longer want to debate these prescriptive gender norms that men are better at leading or less emotional.
told you
And
because
you
a
just want to
woman has that
turn it back into a debate. Well, what I told you is that men's hormonal cycles on a 24-hour basis. So although women do experience hormonal imbalances once a month, men experience them on a daily basis, and that's the science.
Right.
And when we look at every single empirical field that is overrepresentative of extreme emotional reactions and underrepresentative of logical reactions, men dominate compared to women. Violent
So do
crime,
women
crime,
not have
self-unaliving.
the
Let me
same
finish. You're
hormonal
being emotional.
process?
You're being
Go
emotional,
ahead,
so I'm
go
going to put you on mute. Violent crime, all crime, drunk driving, gambling, threats, DV, kidnap, arson, murder, rape. Like all of these things are significantly driven by high levels of emotion and low levels of logic and rationale. Meanwhile, when we look at the fields that are dominated by logic, rationale, and one's ability to navigate and handle their emotions with maturity, such as like school, higher education, or even STEM-related fields, we see that women outperform men. They get better grades and more degrees, and they perform better under high stress and surgery than men. And that was proven by the American Medical Association. That's because women are biologically designed to deal with and navigate their pain and their stress better than men on average, because evolution gave them that advantage due to childbirth. So I just don't think that there's any logically cohesive argument you could give me to demonstrate otherwise. And the only type of argument that you have is an emotional one, which is funny because it's in a contradiction to the position in which you're emotionally arguing, which is men are less emotional. I've said a lot. Go ahead and respond.
Your argument is that men have 24-hour hormonal cycles. Women have the same thing. We're all human. Men are just natural leaders. Like, we're apex predators. That's why they probably commit more murders and harder crimes. But women are more emotional and they need a leader. Women need to be led by men. That's just a fact. Is that not a fact?
No, it's not. It seems like the only thing that you have to justify that quote unquote fact are once again your emotions. And then you also said it's not true that men and women experience different hormonal cycles because we're all human. Well, once again, you think that because of your emotions. Because if you look at the research and education on the subject matter, keep in mind it's very extensive because this is important for modern day medicine. A man's hormonal cycle is 24 hours. A woman's is around 4 weeks.
And that has to do with their mental emotions and physical emotions. Do men or women cry more?
That has to do with their hormonal cycles, which impacts
Has nothing
various
to
things.
do with their mental emotions towards things and their judgment.
I said that it can, but it doesn't
But it
have
doesn't.
to. So hormonal cycles and an imbalance in hormones during your cycle impact everybody differently. Many people don't experience heightened levels of emotions due to their hormonal cycles. This would apply to some men and some women. But because men's hormonal cycles are much more frequent and small in cycle, i.e. 24 hours versus 4 weeks, there's just more opportunity for men's hormones to be out of balance, giving more opportunity for heightened levels of pain, stress, emotional imbalances, so on and so forth, which is why I think men are more emotional. And by the way, per your view that we shouldn't make women leaders because they have periods, well, I guess women can be leaders after they go through menopause and they no longer have periods? Is that your claim?
No, that's when they definitely shouldn't be leaders. They shouldn't be leaders in general. They should be
Why?
led
They
by
no
a man,
longer have
which
periods.
is pretty normal.
But they no longer have periods. I thought that your whole argument was men are better at leading than women because women are emotional because they have periods. Well, once they go through menopause, they don't. So it seems like your argument can't follow
have a lot more
that they're more emotional because they don't have
I'm not
periods.
really just educated on a woman's
I don't think
body.
that you're educated on really anything. And that's why I'm right and you're wrong. You are a man and you're thinking very emotionally about the subject matter.
Actually, you do a lot of research, so you got it. I'm not going to lie. But Trump is better. Trump 2024, that's why he won. You already know how we coming. Thanks, man.
So Trump, oh, you're going to leave? That's fine. You could run.
I ain't running from shit, man.
Well, you just said, thanks, man, have a good one. It really sounds like
you just
exit
talking
the
about the
stage
woman
left.
and men, like, this is, all right. Like,
You want to talk about Trump? We could do that.
All right, so how do you feel the blue side is better? Like, what are they doing?
Well, Biden won the 2020 election, therefore Biden was better than Trump.
So do you support Elon Musk?
Well, I don't think Elon Musk is going to be relevant to the claim that I just made. Would you respond to the argument I provided? Biden won 2020, therefore Biden was better than Trump.
In 2020, right?
Yeah, because there's quote unquote a reason
until
that
he got too
won.
old and shriveled up.
But like, do you agree that Biden was a better president than Trump for the 2020 election?
No, I would say.
Oh, but
Trump
he won.
should have been.
Wait! But you just told me the reason why Trump is a good president today is because he won the election.
Right.
Oh, okay. So then Biden was a better
agreed with
president
me.
in 2020 because he won the election. More than half of America agreed with me. No candidate has ever been voted for more than Biden in 2020. Okay, so what it seems like is that just because a lot of people support something doesn't make it true. This would apply to Trump in 2024. This would also, by the way, apply to Biden in 2020. I would say that he was a good president not because he won the election, but rather because of his policy. And this would also apply to like the 90% of humans in human history that have thought the earth is flat. Just because a lot of people agree on something does not make it true.
Yes,
Okay, so then get that shit out of here. You can't say that Trump is a good president because half of America
I can say Trump is a good
agrees with it.
president because he's a businessman and he knows how to do business. Biden is not a businessman. He's just a retard and he doesn't know what he's doing. And he's going to get us blown up.
Yeah, bro, you take care. Holy moly. Let's go to get that next guest connected to the live stream. I'm sorry. That guy just fucking sucks. He's so low IQ. He is so low IQ. He's so low IQ. Holy. Let's go to get that next guest connected to the live stream. Only up inside of the queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president, folks. By the way, like outside of like disagreeing with the use of the R word and not wanting it to be used on my live stream, because I think it's wrong to say, it also violates TikTok TOS. You say that on a TikTok live, you like get like an automatic ding for like harassment and hate speech or bullying or whatever the hell. So, welcome to Sport Trump Brooklyn.
We are Charlie Kirk, we carry the flame. We'll fight for the gospel.
I'm not
we'll
Charlie Kirk.
honor his name. We are Charlie Kirk, his courage, our own.
No, frankly, Mar, we're not Charlie Kirk. Stop. How long are you going to keep this up? How long are you going to keep this up, Mar? I'm going crazy. Every day I wake up to a new video on my For You page with 5 more billion views and like 3 trillion likes to somebody singing Charlie Kirk. Mar. You're banned. Mar. You're banned. Moving on to the next guest, only up inside of the queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president, please and thank you. Only up inside of the queue if you're Ready to come up here and give a debate. We got Riley loading into the box. Only hop inside of the queue if you happen to be MAGA, please and thank you. Do follow the rules. Do follow the rules. If you want to support me, if you want to support the live stream, you can find my Venmo, my PayPal, and the link tree in my bio on TikTok. Big message on that other place, and the ads right there. Dean Withers without the E in Withers. We got Riley connecting to the live stream, folks. We got Riley connecting to the live stream. We got Padra connecting to the live stream. We got a couple people connecting to the live stream. We'll find our first guest here soon. Hey, welcome in. Do you support Trump, Padra?
Yes, I do.
How old are you?
I am 18 years old.
What year are you born in, Padra?
2007.
And what time is it?
10:05 in my country.
Okay. Well, we are just looking to talk to people who are American. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Let's go to get that next guest connected to the live stream. Only up inside of the queue if you're MAGA. We got a couple people to thank on Venmo, PayPal. By the way, we were talking about this at the beginning of the live stream. Crazy echo. We were talking about this at the beginning of the live stream. Tonight I'm going camping, folks, so we're going to get off around 30 minutes sooner than we usually do. And if you're wondering where like some of your donations have been going to recently, it's been going to building a pretty cool camping setup for me and my girlfriend. So I appreciate you guys. Hey, welcome in. Do you support Trump?
I do.
How old are you?
32.
Okay. Well, appreciate you for being here, Ashley. I'm going to take a moment to thank a couple people, and then the mic of the floor will be yours. Just want to give a shout out to the donors. Yo, Jackson. Appreciate you so much for the $15 on Venmo, dude. Jackson with the 15 says, thank you for what you do. Got my wisdom teeth out this morning, so thanks for entertaining me in recovery. Oh, dude. Watch out for dry socket, man. Shout out to you. Thank you for the $15, and I hope that you enjoyed the live. Same thing to Bria. Thank you so much for the $5. Shout out to you. Over on PayPal, thank you so much, SJ, for the $10. I hope that you are doing well today, SJ. I hope that you enjoy the live stream. Pamela, thank you for the $15, who says, tell the guests that when a woman is on her period, that is the time that she has the most amount of testosterone in her body, which is also true, by the way. And then Torin Caprice, appreciate y'all for the $5 and the $3 over on Super Chat. Amber, thank you so much for the $20, who says, I get emotional, I breathe through it, think about why, reason my way out of it. Men like this caller get emotional, then they destroy countries and people. True, Amber. Thank you for the $20. Please show some love to Amber down below in that comment section. And then Sin Muse, this is the last donor for now. Thank you for the $10, who says, wait until he finds out most other species of animals are female-dominated. LMAO. That's funny as hell. Thank you guys so much for the love and support. Once again, if you want to support me, support the live stream, you can find the Venmo and the PayPal in the link tree in the bio on TikTok. Pin message on that other place, and the ads right there. Dean Withers, without the great way to ask a question. Or to get a message across, roast the gas on, and so forth. Thank you for your patience, Ashley. How the hell do you still support the worst president of your life, Mr. Trump? I control the media. I control the justice system. I control the Epstein files. I could break the law. I could rape women. I could do whatever I want, and you must be happy with it.
Support Trump because he's the president of the United States, and here's the thing. The president succeeds, the country succeeds, and that really is the bottom line of it. So I feel like even if you don't like Trump as a person, he is the president of the United States, and
Right.
he deserves respect. I didn't like Biden as a person or president, but I still respected and supported him because if he succeeds, we succeed.
Yeah, that's like the most anti-American take ever. So the founders, the revolutionaries of America, they certainly didn't have respect for their leader. In fact, they had so little respect for their leader because their leader wasn't doing what was in the common interest of the good that they started a war over it, okay? So it doesn't get any more American than at the bare minimum, not having automatic respect for those in charge and calling them out and not supporting them when they are driving the country in a negative direction, which is exactly what Donald Trump is doing today.
I mean, he definitely... I'm irritated a little bit with some of the decisions he's made, but like I said, he's still the president of the United States.
Okay, and like I said, the king was still
like
the king
what
of the
happened.
13 colonies, but we revolted because he wasn't doing what was good for us. This
I
is
see what you're
anti-American
saying.
to its core.
I'm not anti-American at all.
You are
I love
anti-American.
the
If
country.
you think that our leader deserves our respect and our support, regardless of what they do because they're our leader, then you have massive conflicts with the nature of the Declaration of Independence, with the nature of the Constitution, and the nature of the Revolutionary War. We started a war because our leader was not doing what was in our best interests. Listen, I'm not saying that we should start a war about Trump. FBI, stay away. Don't worry, I'm not that guy. Pipe down, we're good. But what I am saying is, at the minimum, we could choose to revoke our support for him in an attempt to pressure his administration into doing better, and in an attempt to pressure Congress into holding his administration accountable when they do wrong.
Look, so you said your thing says that you want, people who still support Trump to come in the chat. So I came in because I support him as the president.
Do you think that he's doing a good job as president?
Some
Obviously,
aspects,
I would
yes,
assume
and
that you
some
do
no.
because of your profile picture. If the election was held tomorrow between Trump and Harris, who'd you vote for?
Harris.
Ashley, you gotta watch the streams and really digest what I just said, because it's important. Okay, you gotta digest it, Ashley. Let's go to move on to the next guest. Only hop inside of that queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president. For the 12,000 people hanging out with us today, I appreciate y'all for being here. Good to see you all. We got that next guest connecting to the live stream right now. Oh my, guys. We got Slim Matt connecting. What the hell's happening, guys? Holy. Hey, Bria, thank you for the $5 over on Venmo. And Brandon with the $5 on PayPal says, I'd send more, but I live in Trump's America. On that note, give me and the viewers the biggest, quite frankly, been watching every day for over a year now. Love and respect what you do, bro. Appreciate you, Brandon. You're the GOAT. Welcome into Sport Trump. Matt.
All right, so I'm not 18, but can I ask you a question?
No, unfortunately you can't. Just because you have to be 18 to join. Guys, how we doing today? Let me know how your day's been so far down below in that comment section. Let me know what you got going on for the rest of your afternoon and evening. Appreciate you for that first super chat who says, I have a McDonald's job interview soon. Wish me luck. Good luck. Wish you the very best of luck. We got the next guest, Brooke, connecting to the live stream. Here we go. Searcher says, tired. True. Hey, welcome into Sport Trump.
We are Charles.
Unoriginal, sorry. Moving on to the next guest. We got the... I kind of feel bad. That was a kid. Listen, buddy, that was good. You're a good singer, okay? Keep that in mind. You're going places. Let's go to get that next guest connected to the live stream right now. Only hop inside of the queue if you happen to be MAGA. Glampire, thank you for the $10. Who says, Dean, can you look into and discuss the Trump admin has been sending pageant girls to a detention center in Texas? I rarely hear it brought up. Yeah, I think what you're referring... I'll have to look into what you're referring to. I'll take a look. Thank you so much, Glampire. You're awesome. Let's go to get that next guest, Mark, connected to the box. Welcome into Sport Trump, Mark.
Yo,
Okay, I'm going to throw up in my mouth.
what's up?
How old are you?
19, 2007, May 16th.
Okay, why do you support the worst president of your life? Especially after, today when we are now learning from an ex-CBS journalist that apparently Donald Trump is calling the shots at CBS and they're injecting false and frivolous information into their political reporting at the behest of the White House.
I mostly support him because I think he's keeping the country safe by, keeping the illegal immigrants who, grape and murder children, innocent children.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's actually letting more of them hang out in the country. So under the Biden-Harris administration, for instance, the deportation efforts really did focus on the undocumented immigrants with the bad crimes on their records, like rape and murder, right? Under Obama, for instance, 20% of the deportations were of violent undocumented immigrants with those crimes on their record. Now, today under Trump, that's been reduced down to 5%. Only 5% of deportations are of undocumented immigrants with violent crimes on their record, meaning there's actually more undocumented immigrants with those bad crimes on their record just hanging out and roaming free on the streets of America. So you're wrong.
So you're saying that they should specifically get rid of the immigrants that only commit crimes? Because I think they should just get rid of immigrants in general.
Yeah, well, then you have a conflict, okay? And the conflict is that we're not
illegal.
really keeping our country safer from the undocumented immigrants who are bad people who could actually cause harm, because instead we're going to widen the scope of our efforts to include unaccompanied minors, legal immigrants like asylum seekers, and then hard-working mothers and fathers who've been in the country paying taxes and doing a good job for 30 years, okay? Yeah, of course we should focus on the undocumented immigrants with the violent crimes on the record, not only because that's what's most fair and just, but also it's because it's what is in the best interest of the safety of our country, right? The hardworking mothers and fathers that have been paying taxes for 40 years, they don't threaten the safety of our country. Let's focus on the people who do.
But you think they belong here? Even if they come here illegally, crossing the border and stuff, you think they should still have the right to be here?
How about this? I'll answer that question after you respond to everything I just. Whoa, Jesus Christ! After you respond to everything I just said.
Can you repeat the questions?
No, I didn't have a question. I made a statement about how
yeah.
when we do it your way, when we focus on every undocumented immigrant who's in the country, we widen the scope of our efforts. Then all of a sudden, we're not really focusing on the bad ones who actually do serve a threat to the safety of America, but we're focusing on like everybody, including like hardworking mothers and fathers who have been paying taxes for 30 years who don't threaten the safety of America in the slightest. And that actually makes America less safe.
So you're saying that the illegal immigrants who, do stuff like helping out the country and stuff, you said that if you remove them from the country, it'll make it less safer for the Americans. Is that what you said?
Yeah, buddy. I can only repeat myself so many times. I'll try one more time, but this is going to be my last attempt. Okay, Mark?
I'm just saying, because like what?
Well, I think that you're trying to put a good faith effort into like tracking me here, but you just can't do it. Okay. I'm going to repeat this for the one last time. Okay. We went over how under Democratic administrations in the past, they have focused on undocumented immigrants with bad crimes on their records because those are the people that actually serve a threat to the safety of America. Trump is just focusing on everybody, regardless of any bad crimes. All right? And you said that you agree with that. See, my issue with that is that means that we're focusing more on the people who do not purport a threat to the safety of the country compared to the people who do. The undocumented immigrants with the bad crimes on their records. And that makes our country less safe. Because then there's less undocumented immigrants with the bad crimes on their records being identified, detained, and deported.
Okay. I didn't look at it that way, but I just have like another question. Like what good things have...
I don't want a question. I just want to respond. You're saying that you haven't looked at it that way. So do you agree? Like, do you agree with me?
Yeah, I kind of agree with that.
Okay, but how does that make you feel about Trump's immigration policy, and that it's making America less safe?
I mean, I don't feel less safe in America.
Okay. Well, that doesn't mean that it's like not less safe. Like your feelings certainly don't dictate truth.
I know. I just think that, because I know that immigrants coming in this country has decreased like ever since Donald Trump has actually gotten in office. And I think that
legal immigrants, undocumented immigrants, tourists from other countries, it's all gone down because he's scaring them away.
Exactly. Wouldn't you want to do that? Like you find out there's like so many people coming, like breaking into your country and stuff. Wouldn't you want to like take them out of the country? And be honest, what good things have illegal immigrants done to this country to make it a better place?
Pay $1.1 through $1.7 trillion into the GDP annually. Immigrants as a whole have, prevented 4 recessions in the last 30 years, according to the Cato Institute. Pay upwards of $100 billion per taxes on year in the state, federal, and local level. And because they can't file for a tax return or claim federal benefits, they actually disproportionately pay more per dollar than you. And on top of that, they actually subsidize you because then they don't reap the benefit off the taxes that they do pay. And they reduce crime rates. Undocumented immigrants are 2.5 times less likely to commit violent crimes and 4 times less likely to commit nonviolent crimes on American soil compared to the average U.S. citizen who was born here.
Wait, so you said that illegal immigrants are actually like less, like they're, I don't know how to put it this way.
Less violent?
Like, yes, that word.
Yeah, less criminal, less violent, yes.
But you know that, that there's a lot of illegal immigrants and stuff like all of them in total. Like, so you're saying that you want to make the process longer by sorting them out, sorting all the ones that specifically commit crimes and stuff out of the country.
Basically, yeah. So I want to deport undocumented immigrants who commit bad crimes. And for everybody else, I want them to be able to stay here.
You said what? Can you repeat
I want to
that?
deport the undocumented immigrants who commit bad crimes, and I want everybody else to stay here.
But that's going to take like a long, that process is going to be so much more long, right?
It wouldn't be longer than mass deportation. Mass deportation is actually harder to pull off because the undocumented immigrants aren't willing to work with our country on it. They don't want to be deported. They run away from deportation. They hide from deportation. They evade deportation. But if we did amnesty, I mean, they'd be lining up by the millions to get it because it actually is materially in benefit of their life. Also, but I just want to clarify, like, this isn't like an interview. This is a debate. So hopefully I can get some counter arguments here.
I know. I'm just saying though, like, I think that, you know, taking out the illegal immigrants in general is going to make the country better. Cause like, what has like immigrants done to this country to make it more safer or better?
You already asked that question and I already answered that.
I know,
question.
but and you didn't answer it. That's why I'm asking you again.
I did answer it. I certainly answered it.
And what did you say?
I don't think I'm going to repeat. Listen, dude. I've had to repeat everything I've said like 5 times. I just recommend watching the debate back on YT. Maybe the last thing that I'll say here before I move on is if you want to act like you care about crime, you can't pick and choose when and what crimes you care about. And it's very hypocritical for you to say that we need to make our country safe by removing people for the country for misdemeanor. But I don't really care about Trump's 34 felonies. Put him in the Oval. I don't really care about Trump's rape case. Put him in the Oval. I don't really care about...
He never raped her.
Yeah, court concluded that he did. And we're going off of a court's judgment here because that's what you do for undocumented immigrants, right? You don't look into the nuance. Well, is the court right? Is the court wrong? Did they have evidence? Did they not have evidence? No. If a DHS official, if a civil court says that this is an undocumented immigrant, then get them out of the country. That's a framework that you use, so why can't we?
I mean, I thought you were going based off of, you know, what E. Jean Carroll said because, you know,
So now all of a sudden there's nuance. Okay. Well, just know that you don't explore the same nuance for undocumented immigrants. But yeah, sure. Go ahead and refute the unanimous jury of 9, including a Trump supporter, that ruled Donald Trump raped a woman.
So first off, like, I remember you said this thing where he was barging in the dressing rooms and stuff. I think
which is completely irrelevant to what the jury of 9 ruled. Because
I'm
it's
just
a separate case altogether.
I know, but so I thought it had something to do with, you know, the grape case.
Oh, I mean, I guess I do say it's like more likely that he raped her because he has a history of sexual violence. So sure, I make that connection sometimes.
So you said that he grabbed her by the, you know, I don't really think that's true because, you know, there's really not that much evidence of it.
Okay, what evidence is there? Name one piece of evidence that was submitted to the Trump v. E. Jean Carroll rape case. Thomas.
I don't know, because that's why I said it's not enough evidence.
Well, if you don't know the evidence, then how do you know it wasn't enough?
Because I've heard people say it and stuff. You know, it's no actual video.
Have you? Have you? Because I'm asking you to name a singular piece of evidence that was submitted to that court that the jury used to rule his guilt, and you can't do it.
That's because I never really looked into it, but I know that's not true. Because like,
so if you've never looked, listen, buddy. If you've never looked into it, you don't know that the evidence wasn't enough. Like, for instance, would it be fair for me to say that you smell like shit, you look like shit, and all the food in your fridge is rotten and spoiled?
Mm-mm.
Why would that be unfair for me to say?
Because you don't know me.
Exactly. I don't know what you smell like. I don't know what you look like. And I've never looked inside of your refrigerator. I would need to know what you smell like. I would need to know what you look like. And I would need to look inside of your fridge to know that you smell like shit, you look like shit, and all your food is rotten and spoiled. The same way you would need to know that the evidence the jury ruled Donald Trump's guilt on in the rape case wasn't enough. What you need to know in order to yield that conclusion would be, well, what was the evidence submitted to the court case? And I asked you what the evidence was, and you told me you don't know. Okay, so you don't know the evidence in the case, the same way I don't know the contents of your fridge. So you can't say the evidence wasn't enough, and I can't say that your food is all rotten and spoiled.
Okay. But, you know, it's something else, like I said, about him going in the dressing rooms. He wasn't doing that to, you know, just to look at them and stuff. He was doing.
I'm going to go to end the debate there, Mark. I hope that you consider a lot of the things that I had to say. Take care, man. Let's go to get that next guest connected to the live stream only up instead of the queue. If you happen to be an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president, we're going to go to get that next guest connected up to the box right now. We're going to go to get that next guest connected to the box right now. Here we go, folks. Please do keep in mind the rules. We're specifically looking for American adults. We got Kelly connecting to the live stream. Mark, I do hope that you consider the things in which I had to say. Over on Super Chat, Noob, thank you for the $10 who says one nation under fraud, clearly visible with bribery and corruption for all. Damn, bro, dude, spitting bars. Put that on a t-shirt. I'll buy it. Love it. Love it. Maybe I should put that on a t-shirt. Noob, are you good with like getting like a little like 3% commission off that? For every shirt sold, I feel like we'd be good business partners, buddy. Let's go to get that next guest connected to the live stream. We got a bunch of people who are inside of the queue who I don't think are Trump supporters. I'd really appreciate it if you follow the rules. Marina, thank you for the $5. You said Dean. Marina with a $5 says Dean Gideon followed me back last night and told me that he thought the singing videos were funny. Jesus Christ, Mar. You were. I don't know how you're doing it. You were building a very successful. You were building a very successful social media career off of singing the "We Are Charlie Kirk" song. That's impressive, Mar. Good for you. Good for you. Let's go to get that next guest connected to the live stream on the opposite side of the queue. If you happen to be an American adult, please and thank you. Please and thank you. We're going to go put the rules up in the middle of that phone screen. Be 18 plus, be American, be MAGA. Kirsten, thank you for the $5 on Venmo. Says, have you seen Adam Cray's coverage of the Delaney Detention Center in Jersey? It's awful. I've not. I'll have to check it out. I think that Adam Cray is pretty cool. Welcome into You Sport Trump. Stinzer, hello? No, Stinzer's not there. Over on PayPal, Mr. Michael. Thank you so much for the $20. I appreciate you guys. That's very kind, Michael. Let's get to it. Michael W's in that chat. Thank you so much for that love and support. Huge shout out to Michael down below. Huge shout out to Michael down below. Michael with the 20 says, Angela Merkel was a very nice leader of the German government. People don't know what they say because of their misogyny. I'm very unfamiliar with Merkel. Was she good, guys? I don't know. Let me know in that chat. Thank you so much, Michael, for the $20. Same thing to you, Life. Thank you for the $10. Who says you are a blessing, young man. Well, Life, I hope that you enjoy today's stream, and thank you so very much for that love and support. Hey, welcome into You Sport Trump.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, well, you're like 14. Get out of here. Yo, Jose! Thank you so much for the $50 donation on Super Chat. Let's go, Jose, you madman. That is so kind of you. I want to see 500 Jose W's. Get the fuck out of here. Jose with the $50 says, what immigrants are good for? In construction, they build homes and pave roads. In agricultural, they grow the food for your plate. In the service sector, they serve... They help service you in the domestic sector. They raise your children. And in the overall economy, they keep us swimming. They keep us afloat. Listen, immigration is very important for the success and flourishment of America. If you're wondering why we were able to build the world's biggest economy in less than 250 years, well, it's not because of, it's not because of like any one race, any one gender, any one ethnicity. Okay, well, it's actually because of all races, all genders, all ethnicities, and the melting pot that America has been forever. Welcome into You Sport Trump.
Yes, I do.
Connie, how old are you?
I'm 19 years old.
Okay, what year are you born in, Connie?
2007.
All right. Let me thank two people, then Mike, the floor yours. Siri, thank you for the $20 on Venmo, who says, hey, Dean, I'm here all the time and hanging on to the VODs. You give me hope for the future. Siri, you have been watching forever. I know you, specifically from the other place. Thank you so much for the $20. And huge shout out to Daniel, who is Siri's boyfriend, a kick-ass blue-haired punk progressive. And happy birthday to you, Daniel, as well. Show some love to Siri in that chat, and huge shout out to Daniel. That is super exciting. Thank you so much, Haley, for the $10 as well. You says, congrats on making it on the official liberal TikTok via HQ. Thank you for everything that you do. Oh, did I make it on the HQ account? No way. I'll have to check that out. And then Ryan, thank you for the $5. Thank you. Go ahead and take it away, Connie. Bore me. Why the hell do you support the worst president of your life?
Well, I don't want you to kick me right when I say this, but I'm actually Canadian. And we're currently under a liberal president. We just finished with Justin Trudeau, and it was the worst presidential just 4 years that we've ever had as our country, and he completely ruined our country. And I'm not saying everything Trump does is right, but I believe that his way, what we say conservative, you guys Republican, is just a better way for the North American community to be ran.
Okay, well, listen, I usually do kick people that aren't from America, but I think there's actually an angle I'd like to approach on this. What ways did Justin Trudeau destroy Canada?
Just our economy in general, just completely deteriorated.
Okay. Anything else?
And one thing specifically, and I know the Americans, you guys as well, have a little bit of a struggle with this, and I think Trump did a good job. Continuing kind of on my boy Mark's point that you were just debating with immigrants, Canada, I'm not sure if you've noticed, or I'm not sure how well familiar you are with our country, but just completely full of immigrants and overpopulated. They're all coming to our major cities, and everything is just falling apart in like the major cities like Toronto, Mississauga, etc.
Okay, listen. So Justin Trudeau bad because Justin Trudeau destroyed the economy. Well, The economy's been destroyed in America over the course of the last year and a half. We went from adding millions of jobs under Biden to tens of thousands of jobs under Trump. We went from awesome GDP growth to negative GDP growth under Trump. We went from prospering manufacturing and industry, the most investment in recorded U.S. history, to now under Trump, the most manufacturing bankruptcies in a year in 15. Most inflation in 4 years. Highest increase in the gas prices in 80.
I know you're
60.
I'm sorry, didn't Trump actually help gas prices?
No. No.
I swear that you guys did have some problems before without
No. Are you, listen, you're paying more for gas too right now, right?
We are under the Liberal Party.
No. The reason why you're paying more for gas right now is because of Trump.
Well, tariffs in general.
No, not even his tariffs. No. Trump starting his war in Iran, shutting down the Strait of Hormuz. You're paying more gas.
Trump also
you're paying
stop a
more for
war
gas
when he
because of Trump.
Trump also stopped a war.
Which war?
In the previous election.
Which war?
Like, I don't know. Like, I know he helped fight against one.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. So you don't know it. Sounds good. So the whole world is paying more for gas right now because of our president. All right. And it's just so crazy to see outsiders supporting this president, even though he's somehow hurting you, even though you're an outsider. Okay. Imagine how bad a U.S. president has to be to hurt people that aren't in the United States of America. Think about it this way. I wouldn't say he's hurting. You were just like yapping about Justin Trudeau. Listen, you were just yapping about Justin Trudeau like crazy, saying that he was so bad for the economy. Okay, I never felt the impact of that. I was fine. Honestly, the economy was doing great under Biden and Harris after the rebound from the pandemic. But Donald Trump is so bad for the economy here at home in America that even you are feeling the reciprocal effects in Canada.
I'm not saying that Trump is great for you guys. I'm just saying that I feel like someone that followed around his lines would be better for our current economy in Canada.
He's made your current economy in Canada worse. You are paying more gas in Canada today because of him. I thought I've already went over this.
I'm saying because of our problems between our two countries, obviously it hasn't had the greatest effect on us, but I'm just saying someone with his guidelines would be a little bit of a better fit for us in Canada because it's what we're struggling with. I think we need more harsher conditions towards the border.
The first argument I'm making is that he's terrible for the U.S. economy. Therefore, why would he be good for the Canadian economy?
I think that one thing that specifically North America, because of how much people are trying to come to our countries because of the better life, I believe that he's done a good job with the border and controlling that before our country just becomes terrible like every other country. And I'm like, as much as it sucks, it's true.
So then name one macroeconomic indicator that's better off today than it was a year and a half ago in America.
Name one macroeconomic indicator?
Yeah, you're saying that Trump is good for the economy. What's one factor of the economy that's better off today than it was when Biden left?
He's reducing illegal immigrants.
And that's supposed to positively impact the economy according to your hypothesis. So how is it positively impacting the economy?
Small businesses.
How? What is he doing? What is one macroeconomic indicator that's better off today than it was a year and a half ago under Biden?
It's paying out of pocket.
Paying out of pocket is a sentence. And when devoid of context, it doesn't really make too much sense. It's certainly not a macroeconomic indicator either.
Businesses grow.
How? By doing what?
I don't know. I just know they're more successful under his. And
leadership. How do you know that?
Because I don't know. I've seen things. Like I don't.
What have you seen?
You're pulling things exactly that like I'm not complete familiar. I don't know the exact points, but I know that small businesses have grown and aren't struggling as much under his leadership.
Okay.
I'm not sure exactly what he's doing. I'm not saying I'm the most familiar ever. Like I'm not
so to be clear,
more about your country than you.
So to be clear, that's just not true.
Helped small businesses.
So to be clear, that's just not true. So not only has he increased taxes on small businesses, but he's just absolutely just destroyed them with his tariffs. A lot of small businesses are reliant on the importation of the raw materials to build their goods here at home in America from other countries because they don't have the billions of dollars to invest in the infrastructure to make the raw materials here. And this caused small businesses across the nation to go under. That's why we had the worst jobs report in 20 years, ignoring recessions, and the most bankruptcies in 15 years. So your claim that he's helping small businesses is completely false. And it doesn't really seem like you have any evidence for it either.
No, I'm not going to I'm not like, once again, I'm not trying to just like bullshit on you. Like, obviously you know more about your country than me. I was just saying, like, from what I've heard, and I do have a lot of family in the US, I go to Florida pretty frequently. I love it there. I have family in Chicago, and like from what I've heard, small businesses, and I know some of my uncles are small business owners, and they've done a lot better under Trump administration. So I just wanted to bring that up. I'm not saying everything I said is completely right, but I just felt like that's something I could bring up to my point.
So a bad economy doesn't mean that everybody in the economy is suffering. It just means that there's more people in the economy that are suffering than there are people that are flourishing. A lot of people make this confusion. They say, well, the economy at large must be performing well because I know like one guy that's doing pretty good right now. No, we will always have companies that are growing and we will always have companies that are shrinking, even in periods of massive growth and in periods of massive recession. But the way that we like generally gauge the health of an economy at large isn't by saying, well, one business is doing good or one business is doing bad. But holistically, okay, from the macro view, are there more businesses that are doing good than businesses that are doing bad? Or are there more businesses that are doing bad than businesses that are doing good? And right now, right, the answer is the latter. There are more businesses that are doing bad. This is
even smaller businesses that are like tend to struggle. I feel like, is it not true that he's helped them out more?
No. And I asked you, like, what is he doing to help them out more? And then you just said that you saw it online. Hey, do you know that not everything on the internet is true?
I'm aware not everything's on the internet is true. I don't believe
specifically, what have you heard?
Thing towards Trump is true.
Wait. But that's what she said happened to her. I thought that you believe what you hear.
Well, why do you believe that?
Well, it's what I heard.
Okay, so you got mad at me for saying that, so why can't I get mad at you for saying that?
This is exactly the point. Operating off of your standard, let's believe what we hear. You should believe E. Jean Carroll. And now I know you should believe E. Jean Carroll because you just equated me using your logic to you using your logic less than 3 minutes ago. You attempted to equate these two things as a dunk on me, saying you got mad at me when I said it, therefore I'm going to get mad at you. No, well, actually, you said it. You said that you believe what you hear. Therefore, you got to believe E. Jean Carroll.
I believe what I'm hearing specifically from my family that live in America.
I'm sorry, but this is so you're acting obtuse. I thought. Do you remember when I went over how in a bad economy, some people will be doing well and some people will be doing poor?
I do remember. Yep.
Okay, so like once again, just because you have a family member that owns a small business in America that's doing well, that doesn't mean that the economy at large is healthy or that the president is specifically helping small businesses.
Okay. Well, I'll let you move on to someone else soon. I just have one more thing to say. I'm not saying I support Trump. I don't think that he's the best person on earth. I know he's made mistakes, and I understand where you come from. What I was just trying to say is Canada really struggles with, like looking after our actual Canadians. And like what you said is when I brought up Trump, how and you mentioned that, oh, you're saying you like Trump, but he's making your country worse. And I do believe that. And what I'm not saying is that I like Trump. I'm just saying that I think someone like him would be better for my country of Canada.
Would you be happy if
approach or something like that?
Of like Trump went to Canada and became their president, prime minister or whatever?
I think, I'm not saying I'd be happy, but I think he'd do a lot better than our current administration. Just because of the fact that
you're anti-immigrant?
No, not because I'm anti-immigrant. It's that we don't put our own people here first.
Right.
We're prioritizing immigrant. I'm not saying I'm anti-immigrant.
You understand that if you made Donald Trump the prime minister of Canada, you'd be making an immigrant the leader. You'd be prioritizing an immigrant.
I'm not saying to make him the prime minister of Canada. I'm saying someone with his policies who give our.
No, I just specifically asked you if you'd be okay with Trump being the prime minister of Canada.
I didn't say yes. I said I'd prioritize that over Justin Trudeau, which is true.
All right, so then you prioritize an immigrant.
Well, I'd prioritize.
You'd prioritize helping your country, so immigration can help the country, and what it does, we should prioritize it. Got it.
I think as much as you disagree with me, you could understand that Canada really could be better off with someone who.
Thanks for your time. Let's go to get the next guest connected to the live stream. Only hop inside of the queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president. He wanted to turn it into a debate about Canada. Listen, my friend, I'm sure that there's people out there on TikTok who are running debate streams specifically about Canadian politics. I'm not one of them. Let's go to get the next guest connected to the live stream. Only hop inside of the queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president, please and thank you. Hey, thank you so much for the $10 over on Super Chat. Holly, who says this guy doesn't even have a Canadian accent. Well, I mean, I don't think that there's like one univocal Canadian accent. Let's go to get Kevin up here. P, thank you for the $10 as well. He says, hey, Dean, my name's Daniel, and today's my birthday. Just got to keep climbing those stairs, right? Hey, happy birthday, Daniel. I hope you have a good day, dude. Thank you so much for that love and support. Huge shout out to Daniel. And Mackenzie, thank you so much for the 70 Canadian dollars on Super Chat. Oh my goodness, Mackenzie. Jesus Christ. Mackenzie, thank you so much for that love. Mackenzie with these 70 Canadian dollars says Canadian here, absolute bullshit. Based, Mackenzie, we love you. I want to see 700 Mackenzie W's down below in that comment section. Thank you so much for the love and support to me in the stream. Thank you so very much. You are awesome, Mackenzie. Huge shout out to Mackenzie down below. Huge shout out to Mackenzie down below. That is so much money. I'm so very grateful for you. Wes, Kevin, do you support Trump?
Hello. I did at one point.
Don't anymore. Sounds good, Kevin. Today we are just looking for people who still do support Trump. So if that's you, hop in that queue. We got Liam connecting. Janaea, thank you for the $10 on PayPal. He says, hey, Dean, another Canadian here just wanting to remind Connie that we do not have a president. We have a prime minister. Was he saying like president of Canada? I think I said that, but did he say that? Yikes, that's pretty embarrassing. Vanessa, thank you for the 100 Canadian dollars on PayPal. Oh my goodness. Yo, the Canadians are going wild after Connie. Thank you so much for that love, Vanessa. Let's get 1,000 Vanessa W's. Oh my God. Thank you. I really appreciate you. Vanessa with 100 Canadian dollars. That is insanely kind. I'm so very grateful for you. I don't deserve that shit. Vanessa says, Dean, thank you for debating Maple MAGA, especially since Trump threatened us again. I'm actually crying. This means a lot. You know I've messaged you about this and about Alberta. Happy to assist you with info if you need in the future. Oh, Vanessa, thank you so much for that love and support. I know that you have messaged me about Alberta before. I wish you the best of luck, and thank you so much for being here and supporting me in this stream. You're the GOAT, Vanessa. Let's show some love to her down below, seriously. Samantha, thank you for the $5. She says, hey, from Mexico. Dean, love what you do. Well, thank you. Serena, thank you for the $20. And Stefan, thank you so much for the $20. So let's get 200 Serena and Stefan W's. That is S-T-E-P-H-A-N. Serena with the 20 says, you're doing a great job. Keep it up. Thank you, Serena. And then Stefan says, regarding Merkel in Germany, she's a decent human being, has a great experience and her charisma, but her policies led to a slow decline of Germany's social security. Oh, I didn't know that. Well, thank you for letting me know, Stefan. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Hey, welcome in. Are you a Trump supporter, Liam? Okay, come on, that's lazy. You gotta sing it yourself, all right? Don't just like play some fucking YouTube bullshit. You gotta sing it yourself. I feel like Marsh had a high bar here, folks. You can't just be playing that clip off your fucking little brother's iPad. No, bro, you gotta let it rip. You gotta sing that shit. Let's see here. Kathy, thank you for the $10 on PayPal. He says, what are the odds? But the guy who booked all the acts that have since canceled is named Jeff Epstein? Bro, no fucking way. I feel so bad for people named Jeffrey Epstein. There's just like one guy on TikTok and his name is like actually Jeffrey Epstein. I just, oh jeez. Oh man, I feel bad for them. Holy crap. I really do feel bad for them. Hey, welcome in. Do you support Trump?
We are Charlie Kirk.
Okay, yeah, better than the last guy because at least you try to sing it, but you're a little bit flat there in that Kirk. So go back to the drawing board. Try again, buddy. Okay, let's work on it together. Matthew, thank you for the $10 on Venmo. Says, hey, Dean. Hey, Matthew. Appreciate you. Casey, thank you for the $10. That is Kaecee, who says you are our future. Keep on fighting for us. Well, you know I'm here every day. I really appreciate you. Thank you for the kind words. And Kala, thank you so much for the $20 donation on Venmo. VOD watcher here. Dean, I adore you, but what upsets me is two things. I'm going to read those two things myself, but just know that you're right on with that first one. I should start saying that. Thank you so much, Kala. Once again, that is Khali. Please show some love to Kala in that chat. Thank you so much. Hey, welcome into eSport Trump, John. Sorry, not John. Jake. Okay, all right, now it's starting to get annoying. Get the fuck out of my queue. Let's stick to debates, guys. Let's go back to debates. I gotta stop entertaining it. It's kind of my bad because I'm entertaining it. Mad Scramble, thank you for the $10 on Venmo. Thank you so much. And then Daniel with the $5. She says, justice for Marbra. She's fine. Get out of here. Get out of here with that. Moving on to the next guest, guys. We got the rules in the middle of the phone screen. Please do follow the rules. I know that I've been entertaining some trolls, but I'm going to stop entertaining them now since 3 in a row. Steve Lee Sand, do you support Trump?
Yo. Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 19.
Okay. Lord T, thank you for the $10. He says, Carney is the current prime minister. Caller said Hussein Trudeau, the last prime minister, he doesn't even go here or doesn't know much about his own political system. And then Betty with the $10 says, every time a troll comes up and sings the Weird Charlie Kirk song, you should sing back and respond to your fucking band. I've done that once. I should keep on doing it. I'm just not a good singer. All right, man. Why do you support the worst president of your life, Mr. Dipey Don?
Well, he's actually a really good president because his policies are more in line with neo-libertarian phalangism.
For Trojan Roll Holy. Daniel, thank you for the $1 on Venmo. Daniel, I can confirm that is my real Venmo. Thank you for checking. Let's go get the next guest, Judy, connected to the box. Once again, guys, if you want to support me, you want to support the stream, you want to get a message across, you want to roast the guest. That's 5 in a row. That's crazy. You can find my Venmo, my PayPal, and the link tree in my bio on TikTok. Pin message on that other place. And the @'s right there, Dean Withers without the in Withers. Just if you use the @ compared to the link, make sure to quadruple check your spelling because there's a bunch of fake scamming accounts out there. Jude, welcome in. Do you support Trump? Hello? Okay, 6 trolls in a row. Holy guys, come on! Give me a break here. Give me a break. Let me debate some Trump supporters. Do you support
I have
Trump?
a question.
Are you a Trump
Yes,
supporter?
why do you support Biden? You tell me why you support Biden.
This is a child. How old are you?
2007, June 9th.
It makes you how old?
19. About to be 20.
It's possible. Are you in school? Are you working?
No, I'm off work.
Okay, but have you worked before?
Yes.
How many hours a week?
40.
Okay. Wait, also the date that you gave me would be 18. Moving on to the next guest, right? Because he said like later into that. I need to listen closer. I need to listen closer to their birth dates. I low-key just have been overlooking the hell out of that shit. Let's go to move on to the next guest, guys. Please do follow the rules of the live stream. The purpose and point of this live stream is for me to debate Trump supporters that are of age and American. The more trolls that we have hop inside of the queue, well, then like the slower things are. So I'd really appreciate it if you guys could just please do your best to legitimately follow the rules of the live. Hey, welcome into You Support Trump.
What we are.
Hey, come on, guys. Please. Moving on to the next guest, we got Robert connecting. Hey, welcome into You Support Trump.
Yes, I do.
How do you, Robert?
Me? I'm 28.
Okay. All right. Sounds good, man. Hey, Harley, I appreciate you for the $10 on PayPal. He says, thank you. Well, thank you. Then Janaea, thank you so much for the $10. And Priscilla, I appreciate you for the $10 as well. All right, Robert, how do you still support this tyrannical asshole? Listen, he's destroying the country. There's not a single fact of our economy that's better off today than
support
it was.
him as well.
Okay, no, I don't. There's not a
throw
single
on
fact.
the red cap. I bet you have it right beside you.
Yeah, throw it on a troll sometimes.
I'm
not
right.
actually MAGA, Robert.
No, on your off time, that's you are MAGA.
Okay, why would I be MAGA on my off time?
Something about you, Dean. You give me that little hint that you're probably low key just a Trump supporter.
So you think I'm like happy to pay higher gas prices? You think I'm happy that the average American is paying
honestly,
higher taxes?
yes, I do believe that. You
Okay,
want to
this
know
is so
why?
clearly rage
Because you
bait.
make so much money that you don't care about the prices.
Oh, you're
Now I'm on to something.
You're very jealous. I see. You came up here and called me a jealous grifter.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, a rich grifter.
I'm telling you, you
Daniel,
don't
thank you
care.
for the $1 on Venmo. Can you thank Daniel for the $1, Robbie?
Absolutely. Thank you, Daniel, for the $1. Give him more than
Good
$1, though.
Boy.
Dean.
Listen,
You're a
it's
little
some
boy.
bullshit to posit that I would support Trump
Your
in my off time.
brain still hasn't
Because
even fully developed. It's okay.
I know, and I still know that this asshole is a terrible president. Why would you bring that up? Pointing out the fact that my brain is not fully developed because I'm not 24 or 25 yet I'm still able to, with ease, decipher through all of the bullshit and the lies and sit down anybody who comes up on this live stream trying to argue
Are
that
you
Trump's
going
a
to
good
thank
president.
the people
It's
that
very
are
meaningful.
gifting towards me?
No,
here,
you have
I'll
to,
let you know who.
You have to thank the people who gifted
MK
me.
Chester gave me about 30
Wow, stop
points or
grifting.
something.
Stop grifting.
You're a grifter.
No. Oh, wait. Why am I a grifter, Robert?
Why am I a grifter?
Well, I mean, you just said that I'm a grifter. I'll tell you if you tell me.
I just called you a grifter because you called me one.
Oh, okay. Good boy. All right. Yeah. Thank you so much for repeating after me. But listen, yeah, I, of course, would never support Trump in my off time, given the fact that I'm able to understand and argue why he's a bad president. Like, I'd prefer to not have a president that makes my gas more expensive. I'd prefer to not have a president that's starting wars of choice overseas, costing us $1 billion a day. Like, our national debt right now is where it should be after a world war. Okay. And the reason why it's at the place it is because we've essentially been in war for all of modern American history. All right. It's bullshit. Okay. We need less war, not more war. Okay. We have a president.
And what's the pause on getting him out then?
People like you.
Hey, I never said like I wouldn't switch.
Linda, thank you so much for the $30 donation over on PayPal. Thank you so much for that love, Linda. Linda with the $30 says, what the fuck is wrong with these idiots? How could anybody support him? He's destroying everything. He must be stopped. Keep spreading the truth. Thank you, Linda. You are awesome. Let's get 300 Linda W's in that chat. Genuinely, thank you so much. And then same thing to you, Lexi. Thank you for the $10, who says, my boyfriend is from America and came to Canada, and he's a huge Trump supporter. Is this allowed? Thank you. Yes, that is allowed, Lexi. If you happen to be with him right now and you want to request up so I could talk to him, just let me know what like your TikTok profile picture looks, and I'll pull you up next. Thank you so much for that love and support. Then Fussy, thank you for the $7. Good to see you today, my friend. Frida, thank you so much for the $5.
So Dean, how long do you go live each day?
For 4 hours a day.
And how long do you spend like actually like debating?
Well, I mean, it depends on if we could find people to debate. Like, I thought I found somebody to debate in you because you said that you're a Trump supporter and your bio says not a Democrat. But then you've just been like using your time up here to like rage bait, say that I'm like secretly a Trump supporter.
Hour and a half right there in donations.
Morgan, thank you for the $10 for the grift. I appreciate you, Morgan. Let's get 100 Morgan W's down below in that comment section.
So now you're pivoting. You can't answer the question.
Well, maybe I should just start like interrupting all the Trump supporters with thanking the donors so that I don't have to do it like in between like guests, you know, like before.
I'm not one of those ones
like
that
during.
I don't really care. So
okay, good. So why don't you tell us why you're MAGA? Let's skip to the debate.
No, I like the deportation.
Why?
Of the illegal aliens.
Why?
We'll call them aliens.
Okay, and I'll call you a dumbass. That's fine. So why?
That's fine.
Okay, cool. So why do you support mass deportation?
You know, we get them out of the country.
Yeah.
They're literally working for lower wages. Sending money back home.
Okay. So legal immigrants also send money back home. It happens in every country on the face of planet Earth. Should we stop legal immigration too?
No, come in the right way. Come in the right way.
Okay, so sending money back home doesn't matter.
Yes, it does. It does. It does.
Okay, so then we should stop legal immigration.
When you're sending all your money back home, absolutely.
Okay, well they literally can't because in our country we have to pay for the basic needs to live. So they can't send all their money
but when you're living in like a hostel with like 20 people.
Do you know why undocumented immigrants are much more likely than anybody else to live like multiple people under the same roof?
Probably incest down the line.
Oh, incest? Oh, no, sorry. They're not like white people from Alabama. So definitely not incest. So it's because a lot of people who own properties and rent them out to others won't rent to undocumented immigrants because they don't have SSNs. And B, on top of that, of course, they can't really get loans from banks to buy a house because they don't have an SSN either. So it seems like the way to fix this is just to give them a pathway to resident zero citizenship. But let's see here. I'm still waiting on a reason insofar as why you support mass deportation. Like, what is it? Is it because like they broke like the law? Is it like what is it?
Well, breaking the law, come the right way.
Okay, so we should punish people for breaking the law. Like the punishment for them is to like, I don't know, get tortured in CCOT illegally because they committed a misdemeanor. What should happen to Trump because of his 34 felonies?
Well, that was a pivot.
No, it's
that
not.
was a pivot.
We're talking about law and order, dude. We're talking about consequences and punishment for breaking the law. What should happen to him? Should he be punished for that? Should he be thrown in jail?
Absolutely. You know what?
Okay. So do you think that Trump should be president from jail?
He can't do that.
Okay. So then he shouldn't be president because he should be in jail. He can't be president from jail. Therefore, he shouldn't be president.
Yeah, but
how about this?
He's the president, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, okay. It doesn't matter. So if an undocumented immigrant were to become the president, it wouldn't matter?
Doesn't he get fully like expunged from everything because of his title now?
No,
isn't that kind of what happened?
That's not how it works, Robert. But even if it did, like hopefully like the legal system like wouldn't dictate like what you think should be the case, right? Just because the legal system says that he's expunged from his crimes doesn't mean that you think he's expunged from his crimes. How about this? What's one way that Trump's mass deportation of over 1 million immigrants in the last year has positively impacted the country that we live in? Has it made the economy better? Has it made the material conditions better for the average American? Has it increased our purchasing power? Has it increased our wages?
No, I'm not really right into the depths of that. You're really into that. I'm not.
Okay, so you can't like use it, but like I guess the thing is you can't name one way that it's helping us. So this is like the thing that I don't get about these pro-Trump arguments, especially like on mass deportation. Like here I am saying, okay, well like here's like out of like 3 trillion ways he's hurting us.
Well,
real median wage growth is going down, GDP growth is going down. Okay, well, that's also not true. So last year, we had the lowest level of job opportunity in 20 years, ignoring recessions. And we lost 92,000 jobs in the month of February alone. Unemployment is the highest since the pandemic. Layoffs are the highest since the pandemic. Bankruptcies are the highest since the pandemic.
GPT.
So I'm going off a fact from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Do you think that I am like manipulating my computer screen with my goddamn mind? Like you just say something and then off rip, less than 3 fucking picoseconds later, I've like used telepathy to like insert your claim into ChatGPT, and then I just gave you the response that the AI generated? No, like sit down, Robert. I'm sorry that I hurt your ego by proving you wrong.
Okay, well, maybe this is not a good subject to be debating on.
Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. Because all that you have is like, what? Baseless, bigoted claims like, oh, they love incest, they love crime. All right. But, you know, well, when we actually talk about the meat on the bone, right, the real facts of the matter, the impact on the nation, well, that's, you know, subject.
I think you're just a hater for no reason because.
Well, I think I just enjoy, I think I enjoy like tracking
at least something
reality.
you enjoy that Trump is doing. Yo, you just hit your anxiety pen. I'm gonna do the same thing.
I can't say that. I was about to say there's one thing Trump is doing that I'm enjoying, but I don't.
Oh, what is it? Operation Warp Speed?
No. It's gonna be a joke. Let's go to get the next guest connected. That guy's not serious. He's not here for a debate. We're looking for a Trump supporter that can keep up, folks. So only op inside of the queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president. Please do follow the rules of the live. Thank you for the $20, Nick, over on Super Chat, who says caller is unbelievably stupid. Like how crap. This is hard to listen to. Yeah, that was hard for me to listen to too, Nick. That's why I kicked him. I appreciate you for the $20. Show some love to Nick down below. On Venmo, Amelia, thank you for the $8. She says, got to defend Alabama real quick. The real incest in the mountains is like a Virginia. The South gets a bad rep of being dumb when it's really just poor. Well, how about I like change that statement from white people in Alabama to like MAGA white people in Alabama? Is that like a more fair statement? Connor, thank you for the $5. I appreciate you. Thank you. Sarah, thank you for the $10 for the grift. Jenny, thank you so much for the $5. And Amelia, thank you for the $12. If he doesn't support Trump, I probably wouldn't talk to him, Amelia. But I mean, I bet you could still run a lot of the arguments that we talk about on live against him. I wish you the best of luck and thank you for the $12. Hey, welcome in. Do you support Trump?
My cat just died. Can you?
Yeah, Rip Kitty. You are way too young to be on the live though, so I low-key gotta kick you. But like, R.I.P. Kitty, R.I.P. Kitty on gone. And it's really sad. I'm sorry to hear that. Let's go to get that next guest connected to the live stream. Real quick, folks. Holy. Hey, Tracy, thank you for the $5 on PayPal. Juan, thank you for the $5 on PayPal. And then Emma, thank you for the $10 on PayPal. Who says, for the griff, I love your streams. It's lovely background sound for my Minecraft grinding. I wish you the best of luck in Minecraft. That sounds like a lot of fun. Let's go to get the next guest connected to the live stream. We got Matt joining up, still looking for the next Trump supporter. This guy has Trump with a little heat emoji next to it in his bio, so this should be a pretty fun conversation. Hey, welcome in. Do you support Trump?
6-7.
Okay, banned. All right, guys. So we've been live for an hour and 12 minutes with 13.6 thousand viewers on TikTok, and it is damn near impossible for us to find some Trump supporters to join up. MAGA is a dying breed, folks, and I mean that seriously. Before the election, Trump supporters were popping out of every end of the earth to join my live stream to give me a piece of their mind. Today, it is damn near impossible to find a Trump supporter who's down to join up and give us a debate. That's crazy, huh, folks? MAGA is a dying breed, and that's a good thing. It annoys me in the moment of because we can't find debates, but retrospectively, it's great that MAGA is a dying breed. If you want to ask a question, if you want to get a message across, if you want to like roast one of the guests, or you just generally want to support me and the live stream, you can find my Venmo and my PayPal in the link tree in my bio on TikTok, pin message on that other place. And the at's right there, Dean Withers without the E in Withers. If you use the at, just make sure to double check your spelling because there's a bunch of fake scamming accounts out there. So I appreciate you guys so much for all the love and support. It's what allows me to continue to be able to do this for 4 hours a day, 7 days a week. Colton, welcome in. Do you support Trump?
Hello. The thing is, I do not support Trump, but I do have a question about something.
I do appreciate you, man. Today we are just looking to talk to Trump supporters. Have a good one. Barney, do you support Trump?
How you doing, buddy? Yes.
Barney, no! Come on, dude. Listen. Come on, man. You got to stop supporting that tyrannical orange fella.
Well, I mean, the previous, administration was pretty bad, especially with the agenda that they were pushing,
They were based as fuck. They passed in with the best domestic policy we've seen in modern history.
And then honestly, with the guy before me that he knocked down, with the whole, taking out the people. I mean, was it when Biden let all those people in? Did it make America better?
Well, I mean, one could say it did. One could say it did, but I don't think that Biden let them all in. How about this? Let me ask you a question. Is there anything Trump could do that would make you stop supporting him as president?
Well, I mean, if he keeps on the path of honestly, like, with this whole war stuff, because I mean, honestly, everything, like, I was cool with him with everything he did his first time, and then now the second time, this whole war path he's going on, and I don't agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it. But besides that, I mean, everything else, stopping, everything else that he's doing, I'm fine with, especially the previous administration, what they did.
Like, for instance, you're fine with him calling for the execution of 6 sitting Democrats in Congress?
Well, I mean, like, number one, I mean, everybody doesn't like the way this guy just tweets the stupidest stuff. I mean, let's keep it real.
Like, come on. He called for their execution. And he's president.
Yeah, I mean,
like, I feel like you guys infantilize Trump, if that makes any sense. You say, oh, well, he just says a lot of really stupid shit. Trump will be Trump. What can you say? What can we do? Listen, I feel like that's maybe something that we hear about, like, 6th grade boys. All right? Oh, wait, I don't think that we should hear that about the president. No. The fact that Donald Trump says crazy shit all the time is kind of why I do these streams, to change people's minds, because he's that insane. We should have people that are that insane so far away from the Oval Office. If they're always saying crazy shit to the point where it is now normal, we have a national crisis on our hands.
So, I mean, if you don't mind, because, I mean, how old are you, brother?
21.
You don't mind me asking? 21. Okay. So, why do you not like Trump?
Well, I think that his character is abysmal, and then his policy, domestic and foreign, sucks. About his character, I mean, he is a racist rapist, okay? He refused to rent to black people in the 70s because of the color of their skin. In the 90s, he raped E. Jean Carroll. In the early aughts, he was barging into the dressing rooms of naked women and girls to oogle their bodies unconsensually.
I mean, I feel like a lot of the elite did that as well.
And?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying I'm accepting that.
But I know, but like, what's the point? Let's finish the point. A lot of the elite has done that. Therefore what?
I mean, I honestly think they should all be punished for it.
Okay. Well, do you think that supporting him in the presidency is a punishment or a reward?
Well, see, that's the thing, though. I mean, like I said, I wasn't agreeing with the administration before what they were doing.
How about that? You brought up Biden like 5 times now. Okay, what is one bad bill he passed? And keep in mind, a bill is a piece of legislation that is influenced to get passed through Congress, then signed into law by the president.
I'm not saying. Well, I mean, see, I didn't say anything about the bill. I'm just talking about the agenda that he was passing.
Well, his agenda is bills. That's every president's agenda. A president's agenda is comprised of bills, policy through Congress, executive orders signed into effect from the Oval Office, and like diplomatic relationships through attitudes and talks with other like world leaders. That's it.
And let me ask you this too.
So tell me, what is one bad EO signed into effect by Biden, or what is one bad bill passed through passed through Congress by Biden?
You got me there. I mean, honestly, I when it comes to that, I mean, I'm old school. I just I'm not saying I'm a MAGA person because I'm not. I really am not.
Listen, dude, if you don't know one bad EO he passed, one bad policy he passed, like you're just simply too uninformed to have an opinion.
I just didn't like when they were like hanging up those that blue and pink flag on the White House, stuff like that.
Why?
Why push the sex? I mean, look, we already accepted the LGBTQ rainbow flag.
That's not true.
Yeah, we did.
No, you have Randy Fine, a congressman from Tennessee, tweeting out on X yesterday that homosexuality is not accepted in America.
That's him, though. I'm telling you.
And he's a representative of the people.
I'm from California.
It's not just him. He's a rep. He's like literally the culmination of the people. And by the way, there's no issue with the White House celebrating Pride during Pride Month. In fact, I think that's pretty cool because it's about damn time, that members of the LGBTQ plus community had broad social acceptance and institutional acceptance all the way up to the White House. Listen, 30 years ago, it's not like they just couldn't get married and a lot of people in society frowned on them. No, 30 years ago, men had to undergo lie detector tests before getting a job. And if the lie machine said that they were lying when they said they were straight, they'd get rejected from that application. So I think our White House, 30 years later, symbolizing the acceptance and love for all of everyone, is not only a powerful thing to do, but it's a necessary thing to do. And maybe you would understand this if you were a member of the LGBTQ plus community or if you had an ounce of empathy. But I think for all the outsiders who are saying, well, why are we doing this? Why is it anywhere? You do you in the confine of your own bedroom, but we're not going to talk about it publicly. No. Well, we got to talk about it publicly because of the public persecution of members of the community historically. If there was never a broadly spread prevalent homophobia, transphobia, anti-queer rhetoric, so on and so forth, well, then Pride Month wouldn't exist. It is not a statement to be made, but rather a reaction to the statements made by people in positions of power perpetuating homophobia, so on and so forth. It is a reactionary movement. The Pride movement is a reactionary movement born out of the persecution of members of the community.
They're telling me to stop being hateful. I'm not being hateful.
Well, I just think that you're asking questions, and maybe you're asking these questions not because you have bad intention. Something that I've actually learned is that it's very rare for people to genuinely have bad intention, but rather because you don't know these things or you've been misled about these things. So I'm just trying to help you out here. I'm trying to inform you.
Oh no, I appreciate that, and I really do appreciate the the dual respect that we've got going on here. So, I'm gonna follow you because you are an intelligent young man.
Okay, well, I appreciate you coming up. And
appreciate it. Thank you.
And thank you for listening to me. Okay, you have a good day, Barney.
Hey,
Let's go to get that next guest connected. To that box. That guy said that he wasn't all the way MAGA. I agree. I just think that it'd be good for him to maybe watch more of these streams, dude. We got the next guest connecting to the live stream. We got Chad joining up. Only up inside of that queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president. Elizabeth, thank you for the $10 on Venmo. Says, great point. They absolutely do infantilize the president, and that's a good thing to call out. I guess it just struck me. Why is that acceptable? I know, it's crazy that it's acceptable. We hear from Trump supporters all of the time. Oh, it's just Trump being Trump. Oh, he says crazy shit all of the time. Like, oh, have you ever tried shutting the fuck up? Who knows? Thank you for the $10. Let's get 100 Elizabeth W's down below in that comment section. Kinsey, thank you for the $5. Congratulations. Brooklyn, thank you for the $5. Elizabeth, thank you for the 1. Stacy, thank you for the 2. Brenda, thank you for the 5. What's up, Brenda's boyfriend, Britton? Jackie, thank you for the $10. Who says they kept on doing that to the Charlie Kirk song because they're afraid to debate you. True. And then Amanda, I appreciate you for the $10 as well. And Amanda, the answer to your question is yes, but I can't read your question out loud. And you know why. Yo, Chad, welcome in. Do you support Trump? Chad going once, going twice, going 3 times. Goodbye. Finnegan, do you support Trump?
No.
Okay, goodbye. Guys, we're specifically looking for American adults that support Donald J. Trump as president, not crazy vegans who are going to scream in my ear, please. So just, keep that in mind, guys. Hi, do you support Trump?
Hey, you know how you said you have vegan friends? How do they feel about you eating their friends? Your vegan friends have animal friends, right?
I feel great. No, listen, I actually did bring you up because I have a question. I'm not even trying to be bad faith. I have a legitimate question.
Okay.
And this is actually about veganism, so I'm going to make it quick. Can we agree that a lot of vegans enjoy the devil's lettuce, if you're picking up what I'm putting down?
Maybe. I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, I think that's pretty prevalent. I think that, we could accept that. Well, here's actually something that I was thinking about, and I've been meaning to ask a vegan about this. So we're actually going to take 10 seconds to distract away from the Trump debates, and just so I could ask a vegan this question. Well, wouldn't it be true that under the vegan worldview, it is wrong to smoke the devil's lettuce? Because in order to farm the devil's lettuce, you of course need crop fields, and that leads to the deaths of rodents and insects.
Possibly, but that's indirect killing. It's not paying directly for animals to have their throats slit in.
Well, it's leading to the same outcome, regardless if it's directly or indirectly. I don't think it matters too much.
I don't think it's leading to the same outcome
well,
of sentient beings having their throats slit on purpose, Dean. Like we have
well,
to.
I mean, are rodents sentient?
There's harm in everything we do, Dean. Some people need marijuana for medication. So are you being ableist again?
Oh no, he said the name of the DRUG. I was being very selective with the language that I was using, so I don't like flag TikTok TOS. But no, this wouldn't apply to like medical use. Wouldn't apply to medical use. The second question that I had for vegan, and maybe I could just ask the chat since there's vegans watching. Now, can vegans eat like oysters? Because like oysters aren't sentient. That's like what the science says. I was actually, when I was out in LA eating oysters with Parker, we were like having that conversation. Let's go to get that next guest connected to the live stream. No? Why would vegans not eat oysters? Because they're not sentient. Why would oysters, why are oysters not vegan? Can anybody answer that question? Why are oysters not vegan? Let's go to get the next guest connected to the live stream. Only hop inside of that queue if you happen to be MAGA. All right, here we go, guys. We are going to get the next Trump supporter connected to the box right now. This person's name is Wes. We'll get him up here. Welcome in. Do you support Trump?
Yeah, I do.
How old are you?
19.
Sounds good. What year are you born in?
2006.
Okay.
My birthday's in September.
I'm looking for an answer to that question. Is there like, can anybody give like an explanation for why oysters are not vegan? Like somebody in the chat saying, well, it's not plant-based. Okay. Well, like the reason why like vegans, well, like like true, but like a vegan standard for why they are vegan isn't because they ultimately think it's like wrong to eat animals. Well, they rather think it's like wrong to kill animals because animals are sentient beings. But oysters are not sentient beings. So what would like the reason be why it's like wrong to like kill an oyster? I don't know. But anyways, back to the Trump debates. That was just something I was thinking about in my free time. Take it away. Tell us why you support Trump.
Because I believe every immigrant should be going back home.
Every immigrant should be going back home, even legal immigrants?
Yeah. No.
Okay, just undocumented immigrants.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that going to make America great again?
Yeah.
Okay, how?
Because there's only going to be legal citizens. Thank you.
Okay, he left. Moving on to the next guest. By the way, I didn't mean to like, piss people off in the chat. Listen. I'm honestly scared of like asking questions about veganism publicly because oh my god, dude, some of y'all persecute me for it. Not all of you guys, but like some of you guys persecute the hell out of me for it. You guys should see my DMs after I get done talking about veganism on live. Holy, hey, welcome into Sport Trump.
Of course. Hello.
Oh man, that's pretty embarrassing. Hey, listen, could you disconnect your Bluetooth from your phone just so we could hear you a little bit better?
Okay, you hear me better now?
Yeah, we sure can, man. Hey, listen, I'm gonna thank a couple people, then I'll pass that mic to you. Okay?
Okay.
Wendy, thank you for the $10 on PayPal. Who says lost my grandma yesterday? Oh, thank you for your life. It's a distraction I've been needing today. Oh, Wendy, I'm so sorry to hear that you lost your grandma yesterday. I lost my grandma last week. I understand how hard it is. I wish the very best to you and your family with a speedy road to recovery, especially if your grandma has a partner that's alive. Just make sure that you're checking in on them. I know that my grandpa's really been going through it. So take care, Wendy, and I'm so happy that the live stream gives you a distraction, genuinely. Jeremy, I appreciate you for the $10 who says we are Dean Withers, vote blue on God, vote blue. Thank you for the $10, Jeremy. Let's get 100 Jeremy W's. Then Damien, thank you for the $2 who says that last guy didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. No, he didn't. That's true. Alani with the $10 says ecologist and vegan here. Oysters are actually one of the most sustainable protein options available, and I have no moral or ethical issues with consuming them. Love you, Dean, and keep up roasting the Trump supporters. Whoa! That's crazy. Thank you for the $10, Alana. Maybe I had something going there. Amy, thank you for the $10 who says vegan here. Vegans don't believe in causing no harm. It's impossible. We do our best to reduce it as much as humanly possible. Hope this helps. Thank you for not shitting on vegans. Well, I appreciate you for the $10. Maddie, thank you so much for the $10 as well over on Venmo. I appreciate you so much for the love, Maddie. Thank you, Maddie. Then Margaret, thank you for the $30 on Venmo, who says cancer treatment is made a little bit easier because of your lives, and they are so good. Fuck MAGA and fuck Trump. Well, I'm sorry to hear that you're dealing with cancer, but I am so very happy that our live streams make it a little bit easier and help to pass that time. Thank you so much for the $30, Margaret. I want to see 300 Margaret W's down below in that comment section, and I hope you're able to beat it. Thank you so much, Margaret. You are the GOAT. And Miss Beth, thank you so much for the $50 donation on Venmo. Beth, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. That is a huge donation. I'm so very grateful for you. Let's get 500 Beth W's, the absolute GOAT. Beth with the 50 says, on behalf of my out and proud gay son and his partner, happy Pride, and thank you as always, Dean. Happy Pride. Give my best to your son and his partner. And Beth, thanks for being a good mama. I think that there's a lot of gay men out there that wish they had mothers a lot like you. Thank you so very much for that love and support. Messer, thank you for the $10 on Super Chat, who says, thank you for doing what you do. Thank you so much, Messer. Michael with the $10, who says, do you and your girlfriend watch Love Island? No, not really. We're not really into the like corny reality TV crap. And with all that being said, we're all caught up. If you want to support me, support the live, ask a question, get a message across, roast the guest, give an argument, you can find my Venmo and my PayPal in the link tree in my bio on TikTok, pin message on that other place, and the ads right there, Dean Withers, without the E in Withers. Double check your spelling if you use the at. Alrighty, ma'am. A lot of people in the chat are saying that you're European.
That's correct. But I love Donald Trump regardless.
Okay, I'm probably going to kick you just because, not like, listen, let me explain something to you. The reason why I have a rule specifically that I only want to debate Americans is because when I end up debating people who are not American, they just end up making it about their own country, right? Something along the lines of the people on the left that are legislating in my country suck, and I wish that we had somebody like Trump in my country. Okay, well, I don't know about your country's legislation, so it just makes it difficult. But I will give you the opportunity. I'll hear you out. Why do you support the rapists? Like, I feel like most people on the global stage are a little bit like, more intelligent than us here in America. They're able to realize that maybe we shouldn't have this wannabe dictator in a position of power.
So basically, I would say that my opinion is that he's not really great for, the rest of the world. But I think he's doing a pretty good job for you guys. Because he's basically protecting your borders, and he's like, I see that you're not agreeing with me, but like, I'm here actually to ask you why you believe in like mass migration. Like, why would anybody believe in mass migration?
Well, when you say mass migration, what do you mean? Because if you were to ask the question, Gene, why do you believe in immigration? Like, I would be able to like respond to your question, but you throw like mass in front of it, and I don't know what that means. What does mass migration mean?
So, okay, perhaps this is not like a common term in the States, but in Europe we talk about mass migration, and it's basically like people just pouring over the border, and we have no control over the people who are coming here, and basically they stay here as illegal.
Okay,
Sorry?
well, I don't agree with mass migration if mass migration means that our country has no immigration policy whatsoever.
Yeah, but like, so because I think Donald Trump, he has closed your border. You don't have any immigrants coming over to the States anymore, uncontrolled. So for you, it should be a good thing.
So we had like uncontrollable immigration under Biden. Well, here's what I'll say. I don't know what's going on today. I guess today's an immigration day. Everybody only wants to talk about immigration. I think the reason why everybody only wants to talk about immigration is because as soon as we start talking about its domestic policy, well, the debate is quickly over because our economy's in the shitter. As soon as we talk about foreign policy, the debate is quickly over because we start talking about the war in Iran. As soon as we start talking about his character, the debate is quickly over because he's a rapist. So it's like, well, what do we have here? Immigration policy. Yes, I agree that Donald Trump has reduced the level of undocumented entry into America. I just don't think it's been with good, proactive, long-term solutions. It's been with fascism and scare tactics. There's less people immigrating because the people who are here are getting deported with no due process illegally than tortured in Sica and El Salvador. There's less people immigrating because the citizens who are here are at risk of having their citizenship unconstitutionally stripped from them by Donald Trump to then be lined up for deportation. So if even citizens don't have their status protected, why would an immigrant? Okay? Less people immigrating because, people are getting shot dead in the streets defending immigrants, right? Like, these are the reasons why there's less immigration. And for that reason, I certainly have to disagree with them.
So your stance is basically that it's too brutal, but otherwise it would be okay. You basically support controlled immigration, but like in a sensible way.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Okay, so like I have never like I thought this was just about immigration, and I just joined to say that I thought you were totally for uncontrolled migration. Like that sounds totally crazy to me. So.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm happy that I could clear that up. Moving on to the next guest, guys. Only hop inside of that queue if you are an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president. Please do follow the rules of the live stream. I'd really appreciate it if you guys could do your best to follow the rules of the live. We're just going to go ahead and resuggest that the only people who we want to talk to are American adults that are pro-Trump. Please and thank you. Do follow those rules. I'd appreciate it a whole lot. I'd appreciate it a whole lot. Over on Venmo, Julia, thank you for the $2. And then Sarah, thank you for the 25 cents. I appreciate y'all. Moving on to the next guest. Here we go, folks. Here we go. Nina, thank you for the $2. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that you lost your dog, Nina. I wish you the best of luck. All right. It doesn't look like this guest is joining. Moving on to the next person here, guys. Folks, just looking for some Trump supporters. Who is this?
Welcome to the 340th episode of the Live Show. My moderators are going to be oh my god. Hold on, let me restart that. Welcome to the what episode is it?
Girl, what are you doing?
Can you just tell me the episode, please?
What are you doing?
Just tell me the episode. Tell me the episode. 340th?
No. What are you doing?
350th?
What are you
doing? What's up? What's up? What you doing?
Liv.
What's up?
You need to get a job.
I did have to tell you that. So basically this summer I'm not going to be in the streams anymore because I do have to work.
Holy fuck!
I'm really mad. I'm so
sad.
Thank
God! Oh my
me?
god. See, if there was any evidence of a higher being, of a creator that cares for us, this is the evidence. This is a mass religious experience, okay, that we are all undergoing, that we are all experiencing right now, that, frankly, may all turn us to the Lord. Thank God. Holy crap. Thank God. Let's go to get that next guest connected to the live stream. Only hop inside of that queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president. Holy shit, dude. Woo! That's awesome. Yo, Paris! Thank you so much for the $25 donation over on PayPal. Thank you so much, Paris. Let's get 250 Paris W's. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Paris with the 25 says, almost forgot to pay my monthly subscription dues from the DNC. Thank you. Thank you for the paycheck. George Soros, thank you for the paycheck. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. Yo, welcome into Sport Trump. Oh, shit. He was about to hit some queen. I know that note. That guy was about to hit some queen. That was about to be like a really simplified and reduced version of Bohemian Rhapsody. Damn. Good for you, dude. Wait. I think that, listen. I think that I could actually do a Bohemian Rhapsody. I don't know. Let's take a quick detour to the keyboard. This will take like 5 seconds. If I remember it correctly. Let's see. Fucked it up there, but that's the intro. Maybe one of these days we should do like a little like piano segment of the stream and like hit the keys for like 30 minutes. There's a bunch of shit I could show y'all. Let's go to get that next guest connected to the live stream. Only hop inside of the queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president, please, and thank you. All right. Only hop inside of the queue if you're MAGA. We got Sock loading up. Only hop inside of the queue if you are MAGA. Okay, it looks like the chat likes it. You guys are a fan? Cool. I bet I could actually pull it. I bet I could pull it a bit closer to me. Then, like, while we're looking for Trump supporters, we could just start hitting the keyboard. We can start hitting the keyboard while we're looking for MAGA. Guys, please do follow the rules. I'll pull it a little closer to me. I'll do that. Only half the time of the queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president. Please and thank you. Do follow the rules of the live stream. Now look at this. I think it may be a little bit off screen. Yeah, it is off screen, but now the keyboard is literally like right next to me. Guys, please do follow the rules. Please and thank you. We got Hazel's Truth connecting to the box right now. Let's see.
Hello, Dean.
Oh, I'll play a song for you. Are you a Trump supporter?
It's iffy, but I do have a question for you.
Are you
I
on
think
the
it'd be
riot?
important for you to answer. What?
Are you on the riot?
Yeah, I am. Bro.
It's clown music.
Bro.
Okay, are you a Trump supporter though?
I not really. If it's iffy, but I do have a question for you because I think there's a lot of hate right now going on between both sides, and I was wondering if there's anything at all of Trump that you do like, or of I guess Republicans that you respect. I don't know. I haven't really heard a ton of like your view of like what you do like on the right, and so I was wondering just to like kind of balance.
Oh, did I debate you on abortion?
Yes, you did.
Do you still think that women should be denied access to abortion in circumstances of rape?
I do. Yes. It's a difficult topic.
Bloody holy. Well, it's really hard for me to respect somebody that supports child torture.
Well, I'm child torture.
Yes, child torture. I think if a child, like let's just say like an 8-year-old little girl who's undergone precocious puberty, and the doctor says she's not going to die from the pregnancy, and keep in mind she was raped. If you want to deny her access to abortion, I think that is absolutely child torture, undeniably. Physical and mental turmoil for like 9 months plus birth? Holy.
I wasn't asking you to respect, like, I guess me, but just people on the right in general. Is there any policy that you support of them?
If I answer your question, will you debate me?
On abortion?
Yeah, on why you think that victims of rape should be denied access to AB.
I guess.
Okay, well, so the first thing that I'll say here is
Martin.
I think that there's like some things that like you could find respectable about like some people on the right, but like usually like it's gonna be like rather minuscule, and I'll say like, oh, like I respect this person's like goals, but the reason why they're on the right is because like they're misled or uninformed. But you know, it's like possible for that to occur. You know, like maybe some people on the right like say that they're Republicans because they think that the Republican Party is like best for like the future of the country, the average American. They want to keep the size of the government small. Maybe like there's some things about libertarians that I respect. Like libertarians can be like very like pro women's rights, very like pro like immigration, and I like that. But no, please tell us, why do you think that victims of rape should be denied access to abortion?
Because I like what Charlie Kirk said. I know that you did the Jubilee thing with him. I think that what makes, I quote this all the time because I think it was so wise, but he says that what makes the West great is that we don't do evil after good, we do good after evil. And I think that that's what like abortion, whenever you like a woman being raped is a horrible scenario. It's horrible and it's unimaginable, and as you know, it's less than 1% of abortions that do happen, but it still does happen, and it's really unfortunate. But I do think that like we're as America and like as Western civilization, we don't do evil after good, and evil being the abortion that happens. So
I'm sorry, but this is like an incredibly circular argument. You're saying, well, the reason why I think that abortions following rape are wrong is because abortions following rape are evil. Well, like, think about it this way. I agree.
Well, because
I agree that if a victim of rape getting an abortion was morally wrong, then a victim of rape accessing abortion would be morally wrong.
Do you think
like,
that
if the sky is blue,
wrong?
is the sky blue? essentially.
Okay, do you think that abortion is morally wrong?
I don't think that there's anything morally wrong about a rape victim accessing abortion, and I want your argument that there is.
Well,
so what's morally wrong with a victim of rape
just
accessing abortion? Because
that's
the question that I was asking you.
Wrong? Do you think that abortion is morally wrong?
No, I generally don't. But I'm asking you why you do think it's morally wrong for victims of rape.
Well, for victims, well, the thing is, if you're, in my view, I don't think that somebody can be truly pro-life unless they're pro-life with no exceptions. because like the exceptions, like usually pro-lifers will say they're pro-life is because that baby is a baby and it's like its own DNA, it's its own person, it's its own human, it's separate from the woman, and therefore it deserves life and it doesn't deserve somebody else to take the life from them. And I think that pro-lifers who say that they do have exceptions for rape and incest is saying that some humans don't get life because of how they were conceived. And I really think that like that baby in that scenario did nothing wrong in order to, like, I guess, quote unquote, like in your view, you would say deserve being killed. But I don't think that baby did anything wrong. I think that the mother, we need to have so much support for the mother that is going through that traumatic experience. But the baby in this case did nothing wrong and it doesn't deserve death.
Yeah. Well, we're not arguing here that the fetus should be aborted because the fetus is evil and did something bad, but rather that the woman or girl should have access to abortion because they have no obligation to sustain the pregnancy. Listen, you know who Max Irby is?
I do not. Who is he?
Max Irby is a 15-year-old boy. He's dying. He needs a stem cell transplant. And his stem cell type is so very rare that his father set up a public fundraiser and is now offering anybody who requests one a free DNA sample that is shipped to their door so they could swab their mouth, send it back to a lab, and see if they are Max's stem cell match. And this is a real story. So far, they've collected 40 million samples. And guess how many matches there's been?
How many?
0. None. Max Irby's stem cell type is so rare that there's likely nobody else on Earth that shares the same type of stem cell, or if there's a match, there's only one. Okay? And he needs those stem cells to prevent his death. Let's say the government finds out you are the only stem cell match for Max alive. Would it be moral for the government to then force you against your will without your consent to stay connected to Max for 9 months to transplant some of your stem cells into his body to save his life, even if you didn't want to?
Okay, so I don't think that that's completely comparable with abortion, because abortion is I'm assuming you know the different trimesters and what the different techniques there are for abortion. I'm aware. I'm sure you know. And I don't.
We
think
went
that's
through this last time. The critique is indirect killing versus direct killing, right?
No, I'm saying like the I'm talking about like the methods of abortion. So there's whenever they tear apart the baby, whenever they suck the baby, they inject the baby. I don't think that's any like I think that's completely different than the example that you're giving me. Like I can see how you can think that there's some comparison, but there's no comparison. There's a difference because it's like letting someone die versus actually physically killing them.
So I was right. You are arguing that you'd be indirectly killing Max versus directly killing the fetus. So I was right.
Abortion is directly killing the fetus, isn't it?
Yeah, I did appropriately expect and predict your counter argument. So, well, then I'd just say is it seems like you're okay with the use of the abortion pill, which indirectly kills the fetus by cutting off the supply of the progesterone to the fetus through the umbilical cord, essentially starving the fetus to death. They're dying without the bodily resources of the woman. The same way Max is going to die without your stem cells. So in that sense, if it would not be moral for the government to force you to provide your stem cells to Max, then it would not be moral for the government to force women to maintain pregnancy by preventing them from specifically accessing the abortion pill.
Okay, so would you be okay with banning abortion in any of case if it's except in rape and incest, if they use the abortion pill? Would you be okay with banning it in all those other senses?
No, but we're clawing at this chunk by chunk. So far in my battle, I've gotten you to the point where you hold a rape exception for the abortion pill. Is that true? Do you concede?
Well, I don't support the abortion pill for multiple different reasons. It's also I hope you know actually the delivery of it, and there's no like age requirement or ID verification to get abortion pills online. Like a 12-year-old girl can get it, or a 20-year-old man that wants to kill the baby in his girlfriend's who wants to kill the baby in his girlfriend's stomach because he doesn't want to keep the baby.
Okay, so then you disagree with this.
There's so many different
things. So then you disagree with the cell
but I don't support the abortion.
So you're anti-gun.
Sorry, what?
You're anti-gun.
What?
You're anti-gun.
No.
Yes, you
I'm
are,
not
because you just told
anti-gun.
me that you think that the abortion pill should be banned because a 25-year-old man could buy one off the internet, then use it to kill the unborn in his girlfriend's uterus, not stomach, by the way. So therefore, you're anti-gun and you think that all guns should be banned because a 25-year-old boyfriend could buy one off the internet and then use it to kill
Dean,
the
this is a
unborn
red
fetus
herring.
in the girlfriend's
You know
uterus.
it's not comparable. You know it's not comparable.
It's comparable
Because
down
you
to the,
know
like,
why
the
we have
exact
the Second
framing of the
Amendment. I
argument.
know you know why we have the Second Amendment. It's not the same as why we have.
It's
abortion
literally down
pills.
to the
abortion pills,
exact same wording. Like,
no,
to the
abortion
wording,
pills
to the fucking
people
wording.
order,
Like, you can
oh my
literally use it
gosh.
to do the same exact thing.
No,
like, kill
listen,
the unborn in a
listen.
woman's uterus.
People buy guns like for protection, or yes, I'm gonna admit that there's people that buy guns that are evil and want to use them with harmful intent. But every single person that buys an abortion pill online is doing it with the intent of killing another human being. With 100%, it's always that intent with buying the abortion pills, but it's not 100% with the same with guns. I have some iffy points on gun reform. I'm kind of for it because I think that we've had a lot of I do speech and debate, and my speech part, I talk about gun violence a lot because it really breaks my heart, and like so it makes me like really upset that this stuff happens. But I think that also, like, I mean, look how stricter our gun laws have gotten, and then look how much more gun violence that's happened. Like, are we debating abortion, or are we going to debate guns, Dean?
Well, listen, we could debate abortion. I just thought that was a really interesting counter argument to the position, because if you're essentially arguing that things should be banned
can you concede
from...
that it's not really that great of a comparison?
No, I think that is a very fair comparison. You said that the difference was, well, in one scenario, you're like only buying an abortion bill to kill another human being, but you're not, which you think is morally wrong in all scenarios, yet not all intentions for like buying a gun are morally wrong. Well, actually, you don't think that all intentions for buying an abortion pill are morally wrong.
It's the intention behind every single abortion pill and the intention behind every single gun.
Yeah, but the only reason why you would use that intention to amount to saying we should ban this thing is because you think that's a bad intention, right?
Okay,
so,
sure.
Yeah, because
sure.
it's morally wrong. So, in other words, you think that 100% of the intent to buy an abortion pill is wrong, therefore it should be banned. Well, no, actually, you don't think that under your view, because insofar as our debate, you have demonstrated no cohesive counter-argument to the position that under your view, it's not morally wrong to use an abortion pill to kill the life of a fetus conceived by rape.
Well, like I said in the very beginning, I don't think that any person that's conceived differently than me doesn't deserve life the same way I do. I think it's an unfortunate scenario, but I think we need to provide the utmost care for these women, and that's not what's happening. Instead, we're pushing for women to be have their abusers also have access to abortion, and there's so much evil that goes on with abortion and in the abortion industry. So go ahead, Dean.
Therefore, you think it would be a good thing for the government to force you to give your stem cells to Max Irby against your will?
It's a different scenario, and you know it. It's a different scenario.
What are the differences between the abortion pill and you like refusing to provide your stem cells to Max Irby?
The difference is it's already been, the baby's already there. Okay,
Max Irby's already there.
Okay, I'm just saying it's still a different scenario.
What's the difference?
Okay, I've actually been wanting to do more research into the abortion pill, but I guarantee it's not the exact same thing as having your stem cell.
Well, I think it's going to be the same in all relevant senses. And what I mean when I say that is, well, what we're saying here about Max Irby is it's not wrong to refuse to provide bodily resources to Max Irby, even if that causes Max Irby's death. Right? So very similarly, when we say that it's not wrong to refuse to provide your bodily resources to the fetus, even if that causes the fetus's death. You know, like any differences that you'd be able to point out here would ultimately like seem to be like morally irrelevant to, right, like why we'd examine this to not be wrong. Or maybe you could point out some differences between the two scenarios in which would be morally relevant to describe why in one scenario it's okay and in the other scenario it's not okay. But if your only rebuttal is, well, I'm sure if I researched this thing, I'd find a morally significant difference. Okay. Well, you're just appealing to ignorance as a way to justify indifference.
No, I'm just...
let me explain to you what I mean when I say that. Well, I could do that with anything, right? Like, when you just say, well, I'm sure if I did research, I'd find an argument to prove you wrong, Dean. Well, now all of a sudden, argumentation breaks down, okay? Because it doesn't matter how effective you are at arguing the pro-life worldview. I could just simply say in response to your position, I'm sure if I did some research on it, I could find a reason why you're wrong. Okay, it doesn't matter how effective NASA scientist astronaut is in arguing that the Earth is round. But if I said, well, I'm sure I could do some research and figure out like a counter argument to your position, we can't just appeal to ignorance in our debate.
No,
we have to be able to
saying,
present the
I'm
facts
not
as they
saying
are.
I will be right if I do research. You could be right if I do some research, but I'm saying that I don't think I should be debating something if I don't know 100% about the topic.
Oh, so as it stands, you're agnostic on the issue?
What?
So as it stands, you're agnostic on the issue. Because
Oh
if you were not
gosh.
sufficiently educated on the topic to debate it, then you were not sufficiently educated on the topic to yield the conclusion that the abortion is morally wrong.
Topic. It's just this topic. Okay, Dean,
So I just want to clarify that you are agnostic then. You're agnostic on the morality.
99%. Can we debate on the other 99%?
Yeah, we'll get there. But just as it stands, you are agnostic on the morality of access to abortion for rape victims.
not the morality.
But you just said that you weren't educated enough on the topic. So I want to clarify
on the
that you're
topic of
yielding
the
an
abortion
uneducated.
pill. Oh my god.
So you're agnostic
I
on the
want to
morality
know
of the usage of an abortion pill for a rape victim because you're not educated enough on the topic?
Okay, it's a different like I said, we both know that the stem cell giving and a baby in the womb are two different scenarios, but I do want to do more research into what the abortion pill actually does because that's what I want to do more research on because I'm sure it's not different, but I'm sure that it is different, but you could be right on this, but I would like to just debate the other 99%.
You can't have it both ways. If you want to appeal to like your own ignorance on the subject matter and say, Dean, I'm not educated enough to debate that, that's fine. That's a very fair, rational thing to say and very fair, rational thing to do. But when I say that you can't have it both ways, what I mean is you can't simultaneously say on one hand, you're not educated enough on the topic to debate me on it, yet on the other hand, you are educated enough on the topic to yield the conclusion that this thing is morally wrong and should be illegal. So if you were not educated enough on the subject matter to debate me on it, then you have to maintain agnosticism surrounding the morality of the access to the abortion.
In this scenario, we're giving Max the stem cells because if he was going to live without them, sure, I can concede on that. I will be different. I'll say that I'm not 100% educated on this. So therefore, like on the single topic where less than 1% of abortions that happen, and then the even less 1% of that is actually done by the abortion pill. Sure, that's what I'm not educated on. But I can talk about the other 99.5%.
You want to see some crazy shit?
Why do you keep raising your hands? Like, you can talk, bro. It's your life.
I don't want to interrupt you. Because I've been interrupting you a lot. Admittedly, I have been. So I'm trying to like be better by raising my hand. Okay, listen. So you just told us that you're not educated enough on the topic, therefore you're agnostic.
On the topic of the 99.5% of abortions that might happen.
We got you. So therefore you're agnostic on the topic of the morality of a victim of rape using an abortion pill to kill the unborn. Well, because you're agnostic on the morality and you can't positively affirm that it is immoral, well, then you cannot positively affirm that it should be illegal. And if you don't think that it should be illegal, by default, that means people should be able to do this action, else it should be illegal. Therefore, you think that victims of rape
should have... On the 99.5%.
Just let me finish. Therefore, you do think that victims of rape should have legal access to the abortion pill. But earlier in the debate, you told me, and I bet a lot of people watching remember this, that if you hold any exception, then you're not really pro-life. Well, by definition, an exception would be a scenario where you think there should be legal access. We just concluded that per your agnosticism on the morality of this thing, that therefore you do think that there should be legal access for rape victims to the abortion pill. Therefore, in accordance with your standard, you are not pro-life.
I'm just saying I don't have enough research done on this. It's not like you want, like, I'm saying if the people that are pro-life that have exceptions that just like fully know, like, yes, I have exceptions and I've done the research on it, those people I don't think are fully pro-life. But I just haven't done enough research about the abortion pill. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, so I just want to clarify that you're conceding your earlier position and you're changing it to better fit your current argument. So earlier you said anybody who holds an exception is not pro-life. You would be included within anybody. But now you're reframing yourself to say that, well, there's like some people can hold exceptions and be pro-life, but other people can't hold exceptions and be pro-life. And you're a part of that group who holds exceptions while still be pro-life. Like, you're saying that you're not educated about the subject. That's not a counter argument to anything that I'm saying. That's merely an explanation of why you hold the exception. Doesn't change the fact that you do hold the exception. It explains why you hold the exception. But at the end of the day, it's still an exception.
Oh my gosh. I don't know the answer to it yet, so that's why I have to do more research into it. That's why I don't want to say anything about it right now. But we can talk about the other 99%. Let's talk about the other 99%. Because
Dude, I literally have a gridlock. You just continue to repeat that the reason why you hold the exception is because you're not educated on it. I agree. That's not a counter argument to anything I've said. That's an explanation of why you hold the exception.
It's not my exception.
By definition, it is. By definition, it is.
No, I just can't I don't have enough research into it, and I really don't think that I should be debating on something that I don't have fully researched on.
Listen.
So I think that we should debate about stuff that I have researched on that isn't really which isn't the 1%, which isn't the less than 1%, and the even less than 1% that actually have that have taken the abortion pill.
Okay.
Oh, Taylor's in
thousands
here.
of women a year. Okay. Taylor Swift?
Yes.
Oh my God, I embarrassed that guy brutally. So I was
You were at
debating.
AmFest. Yeah, I know. I was.
No,
I was there.
I did embarrass him at AmFest, but more specifically, he joined my live like 2 months ago, and he was like running the argument that men are better at leading than women. Which, by the way, I don't know why you as a woman would be friends with such a misogynist. And then I gave him a great counter argument to that position, and it was so great that he ran away. And then the clip of him running away from me got over 1 million likes on Instagram.
Oh.
Ooh. Do you agree with him? Do you think that men are better at leading than women?
It's complicated. In my household, I think it can vary household to household. In my household, like my father is a better leader than my mother, and my mother is very like good at what she does. But I don't think it's just automatically a man could be a better leader. I think it can be different. But if I would say overall, I'm not a real like. I don't argue feminism. My arguments are mostly about abortion, so I can't really answer on that.
Feminism, by the way. Okay, let me thank a couple of people here. Then we'll hop back into the argument. I mean, you said that Taylor was in here. Taylor, join up. Hop in that queue, dude. Stop running. Hop in that queue, Taylor. You know what? Fuck. You should shoot him a text.
Faith is here also.
Tell Taylor. Tell Taylor to hop up in the box. Tell him to hop up in. I think that I need to continue my conversation with Taylor. Ashley, thank you for the $5 over on Venmo. I appreciate you. Haley with the 5 who says, tell Hazel I'm 32 years old and had cerebral palsy and I'm a quadriplegic who's fully dependent on a doctor wheelchair. If I'm raped, I'm physically not able to carry a child due to my disability and health issues. I would need an abortion to survive. Right, and earlier she said that she held no exceptions. Hopefully that she'd hold an exception for you.
The exception, medically, like in cases such as ectopic pregnancies, that doesn't even count as an abortion medically.
Okay. How do you define abortion?
Hold on. If it's in it's like, if you look, it's not just like by definition, it's like medically under medical terms. It's actually really interesting. I recently learned this like 3 months ago. I wasn't even fully aware of it. But can we just talk about the other 99% like you said that we could?
I'm just asking you to define abortion.
Oh, Taylor's here. Hello, Taylor.
Hey, Dean, I just want to get on the record, bro. You said I did say that on your TikTok live. I've never been in your TikTok live.
Oh damn! It was somebody.
But you just openly lied. You just openly defamed me.
It was somebody else. It was somebody else. It was somebody else that I debated at AmFest. Yo, that's crazy.
Me, sir, that's defamation.
That's actually crazy. That's somebody else that I debated at AmFest. You don't know how defamation
will
works.
Be hearing from my lawyers because you said I was on TikTok live, and you know what? You said you were gonna sue Just Start USA.
Listen.
Well, be ready for an actual defamation lawsuit, my friend.
Listen, Taylor. Listen.
But yeah,
listen.
Dean.
You guys are like
the
carbon.
only person you should talk to now is my lawyer. So you'll be hearing from him. Thank you so much, sir.
Y'all are all carbon copy and pastes of one another. I did confuse you for somebody else at AmFest. It was another one of like the little like hateful white boys. God, I'll be hearing from his lawyer, chat. I'll be hearing from his lawyer. Let me thank a couple more people. By the way, Taylor, I don't know why you left. I want to debate you. I want to debate you on why you support Trump. And I would assume that the whole lawyer thing is a joke because I would assume that that in order for defamation against a public figure to be met, that you have to prove malicious intent. And malicious intent would mean that you have to be able to demonstrate that they said so knowing that it was false or said so in reckless disregard of fact, which you wouldn't be able to prove. So, I mean, I'd assume it's a joke. But you should hop back in that queue, Taylor. I don't know why you're on and love to debate you. Autumn, thank you for the $30 donation over on Venmo. Thank you so much for that love and support, Autumn. Let's get 300 Autumn W's down below in that comment section. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Autumn with the $30 says camping and blessing us with your mini skills, including piano. Well, thank you so much for that love, Autumn. Let's get through it, Autumn W's. That is seriously very, very kind of you. Brianna, thank you for the $5. Aiden, thank you for the $5. Cassie with the 10 who says, I was in your live when you played the Interstellar song on your keyboard and it was amazing. Oh, thank you, Cassie. Please play it today. I honestly have probably forgotten it by now. Paris, thank thank you for the $2. Christiane, thank you for the $1 for the one demon buck. Brianna with a $1 saying first time dono. Want to make sure that this is the right account. It sure is, Brianna. And then Mr. Joseph, thank you for the $40 donation on Venmo. Joseph, you madman. Thank you so much for the love and support. That is very kind of you, DB. I know that you're always hanging out with us, watching the show, hanging out. I appreciate you. Let's get 400 Joseph W's down below in the chat. Thank you so much for the love and support. Joseph with a 40 says from TikTok here, fourth to level 40. Much love, man. You are so fucking kind. You know I really appreciate you. In fact, I'm gonna make you a mod. Generally, we only ban people for like the usage of slurs in the chat, spamming. If like they're just like generally like getting at me and just being mean, like we usually don't ban them. So just keep in mind that we ban people for like slurs and like perpetual like harassment and spam. But I appreciate you, Joseph. I know that you've been asking to be a mod for a while. I think it's time. You've been hanging out with us in your daily for a long time, dude. Thank you so much for the love and support. And then Julia and Nina, I appreciate you guys for the $2 over on Venmo. Over on Super Chat, thank you for the $50, Leah. Thank you so much for that love, Leah. Let's get 500 Leah W's. Thank you. Thank you so much for the love and support. I really appreciate you. Leah with a $50. That is so much money. Thank you so much for that love and support. Leah says, quote unquote, this is why we have the Second Amendment, end quote. Did we forget the due process clause in the Fifth Amendment? Fourth Amendment. Also off topic, but I thought I'd give you something to celebrate. House of Representatives just invoked Article 5C of War Power Resolutions Act 30 minutes ago. No way. Does it have to pass the Senate, or is that specifically a power delegated to the House? Let me know. Thank you for the $50. Same thing to you, 10,000 seconds. Thank you for the $20. She says, morality comes from evolution. It is for survival. It's connected to what we want to happen to us. Or our need to have offspring and live in society. We need to realize this, and that sometimes breaking that is good. Well, I appreciate you for the $20, 10,000 seconds. Yeah, that's like a Humean theory of negative rights born out of nature. I have like a similar position on my meta-ethical view. Good thoughts. Over on PayPal, Drew, thank you for the $10. He says, frick you. Well, I don't know why you'd give me $10 then, Drew. Appreciate you. Thank you, Patricia, for the $5. Thank you, Rebel, for the $15, who says women in the U.S. who are pregnant or who have recently given birth are more likely to be murdered than those that die from, let's see here, other causes. So if she really wants to protect babies, she'd want gun control. On God, thank you for the $15, Rebel. Thank you so much, Morgan, for the $5. And then Brian, thank you so much for the $20. Thank you. Who says, speaking about that person who you were celebrating live, you could be a real asshole and I'm here for it. Keep pissing off the MAGA morons. I could agree. I'm definitely way too much of an asshole sometimes, but I do appreciate for the $20, Brian. And then one last one for now. Holy fucking shit. Thank you so very fucking much, Mr. Russell, for the $50. Thank you so much, man. That is beyond kind of you. I'm so very grateful for everybody who's watching the live stream. Genuinely, thank you guys so much for that love and support. Russell with the $50 says, I'm a grill master in MAGA. Please debate me. You're MAGA? Russell. Okay. All right, hop in that queue, Russell. Have you up? I guess thanks for the $50. And with all that being said, we're caught up. If you want to support me, support the cause, ask a question, get a message across, roast the guest, give an argument, you can find the Venmo and the PayPal and the link tree in my bio and TikTok. Pin message on that other place, and the ad's right there. Dean Withers without the E in Withers. Just make sure that you double check your spelling. Appreciate you for your patience. So you wanted to talk about specifically elective abortions. That's fine. So what's the argument? Why are elective abortions morally wrong?
Because it's ending the life of an innocent human being that has done no wrong, and I don't think that because of a woman's convenience and a human life should be ended.
Okay, so your position is that it's wronged in the life of innocent human beings who've done no wrong, correct?
Of an innocent human being, yes. Of an innocent human being that has done no wrong.
Okay, well, the most obvious counterposition to that view would, of course, be like a brain dead patient who's done no wrong. They're still biologically alive. They're being kept biologically alive by life support. And, of course, they're a human being. It's being presumed that they're innocent. Would we say that, like, doctors who pull the plugs on innocent brain dead patients are, like, literal Nazis committing genocide? Like, obviously not. So I don't think that it's always true that ending the life of a quote-unquote innocent human being who's done no wrong is wrong.
Okay, well, let's say it's not a brain dead patient, but let's say it's a coma patient that's coming out in 9 months. Mm-hmm. Do you think it's wrong to end their life?
Yeah, I do. But what about the brain dead patient? Do you agree with my view there that it's not wrong? Then we could start investigating the coma patient.
Okay, sure. Yeah, because the brain dead patient, there's no coming out of it. There's nothing like there anymore. It's not like it's growing. It's not like it's going to be able to come out. It's not like it's going to come out. There's like a less than 1% chance in brain dead patients for them to actually come out of the state that they're in.
It's actually zero.
But
it's actually zero. But listen, none of these things.
There's been a few cases.
Well, they were just misdiagnosis.
Sorry, go ahead.
They were misdiagnosis being brain dead. But listen, none of those things that you just pointed out are relevant in the slightest. Okay? Because the reason why you think abortion's wrong isn't that it's going to be a person in 9 months, it's going to be sentient or conscious in the future. No. But rather your position is, well, it's because you're killing an innocent human being. So the reason why I bring up a brain dead patient, even though there's a lot of differences between a brain dead patient and a fetus, like the brain dead patient's gone forever and the fetus is going to be a person in the future, it's because those things aren't relevant to your argument. The brain dead patient is biologically alive. They're a human being and they're innocent. It should follow from your view that it would be wrong to kill them. You agree that it's not. So now you have to completely revise your view and give me a new reason that accounts for brain death and why you don't think it's wrong to kill brain dead patients, insofar as why you think it's wrong to kill a fetus.
Obviously there's going to be. Well, obviously it's going to be more complex than what that was just like a broad overall statement that I was saying, but like there's several different points going. That one of them is like we were saying that it determines on like what point of state that they're in right now. Like if they're going to be out of that state, if they're going to like if there's a guarantee they're going to be out, where I guess like a 90% chance plus they're going to be out of the state that they're in. They're going to keep growing. They can contribute, et cetera, et cetera. And like that's why I say like it's a difference between a brain dead patient and the baby in the womb, because the baby in the womb is guaranteed that they're going to be out of the womb and they're going to be
okay. So then why is abortion wrong?
To be alive.
So then we just need the reason why abortion is wrong, because you didn't account for any of these things in your first reason. So revise the first reason, account for these things, and tell me why it's wrong to kill a fetus.
Because it's ending the life of an innocent human being, which biologically it can continue growing. It can continue growing into the getting older, growing up into having like a more of a personality, etc. Like that's just kind of a broad. I don't really know how to answer that, but I think you kind of overall get my overall.
We'll reduce your view. We'll make it a little bit easier. So the way that you should frame your argument is that it's wrong to kill a fetus because a fetus has a future like ours, and we're depriving the innocent human of their future. And that's
future like
wrong.
ours. Yeah.
That's the way that you should frame your argument. Okay. So do you think that this makes abortion murder?
Well, what is your definition of murder?
The unjust termination of human life. So by definition, it would be murder, right?
Yeah, the unjust taking of a human life with malicious intent. That's the definition of murder.
Yeah, I don't think that you need malicious intent, personally. I think that intent is like a pre-qualifier for law, and I understand why it is. Okay, but like morally speaking, intention really isn't like a pre-qualifier. As long as you are responsible for the termination of a life unjustly, you're a murderer. But listen, okay, cool. You agreed that it's murder. Let's move on to the next thing. Well, the big issue with a future like ours view that we should say it's wrong to kill a fetus because it could be a person like you are in the future would be zygotes. Zygotes. Do you know what a zygote is?
It's the very beginning of a fetus, or I guess whenever the egg and the sperm continue.
A unicellular human organism. Are they a human?
Well, life starts at conception. So whenever fertilization happens, so yeah.
So yes. Are they innocent?
Have they done anything wrong? Have they even contributed at all to life?
They're a unicellular organism. Are they innocent?
Do they have their own DNA? Is it separate from the mother's DNA?
Yes.
Yes.
So are they innocent?
So are they their own separate human?
Yeah, I thought that was the first thing that we... Dude, listen.
Yeah.
You're obviously not...
We've
already... Okay, I'm asking you 3 questions. I just want a yes or no. A zygote. Are they human?
Okay. Yes, because life starts at conception.
Are they innocent?
Human life starts at conception. Yes.
Do they have a future like ours?
Zygotes? Yeah.
So it'd be murder to kill a zygote, right?
Yes, it's its own human. It's its own person. There's no justification for killing the zygote. Where are you coming with here?
You said it's a person. That's interesting. We'll unpack that later. So it is murder to kill zygotes. Well, this is the big issue. Because certain forms of birth control kill zygotes. Like, for instance, IUDs, intrauterine devices.
Yeah, I'm not pro all birth control.
Can you stop interrupting me, please?
I'm not even pro IVF. I'm sorry.
Can you stop interrupting me?
Yeah, I'll stop interrupting you.
So IUDs, for instance, intrauterine devices, they can kill zygotes. The secondary function of an IUD is to allow for conception to occur and then to prevent the implantation of the now conceived zygote from the uterine lining. Keep in mind, it's just preventing a singular cell from implanting in the uterine lining. One cell. Okay, you can't see it with the naked eye. You'd have to put it under a crazy microscope. Okay, but then that one cell dies. Would you say, under your view, that if a woman knew that an IUD can and would kill these singular cells, these zygotes, by preventing them from implanting into the uterine lining, they get an IUD, they are sexually active, and then it does prevent a zygote from implanting in the uterine lining, killing this singular cell, that woman becomes a murderer?
I'm not pro IUD, so.
That's not an answer to my question, Hazel.
Well, yes, then yes, I don't support IUD because I think it's a form
I'm not
of
asking you
abortion.
if you do or you don't support an IUD. I'm asking you if a woman who gets an IUD, knowing that it could kill zygotes, and it does kill a zygote, keep in mind, it just is simply preventing a macroscopic unicellular organism from implanting in the uterine lining, causing the macroscopic unicellular organism to die. Would you say that woman is a murderer? Want a yes?
You keep saying unicellular. You keep saying unicellular as if that's going to change my point of view. It's still human.
I just don't know what your point of view is. Is that woman a murderer?
Yeah, I believe so because it's unjustly taking the life of a human being. I don't care if it's a unicellular. It's still its own human being. We know what science tells us. We know what you keep laughing. I'm not laughing here. It's if you're gonna be consistent on the abortion stuff, you have to agree that this is.
Oh my god. I'm sorry. I'll unplug my mic. I don't want to interrupt you.
It's okay, Dean. It's okay. I'm not pro IUD for that exact same reason. We know that science tells us that life begins at conception, and therefore, if you're going to be pro-life, she'd be consistent with it.
Dude, I'm not a medical health professional, so I'm not diagnosing you with anything. But this just seems like mental illness. I think it's mentally ill to suggest that if a woman, by second order consequence of being on birth control, terminates the life of a cell, then that woman is like Jeffrey Dahmer, a murderer. I think that's I think that's mentally ill.
Oh my
I think that's literally
you can
like
think
so insane and like doomed, right? Doomed. Like, not only is it like a cell, one cell, but it's not like she's even killing it by first order consequence. It's not like, a woman like grabbing like a stabby knife and saying, "Die, cell, die!" Whee! No, it's just her being on birth control and being sexually active. Like, oh my god. Dude.
Okay, you can. Do you have any counter to that, or are you just gonna insult
So,
me?
are you familiar with oh my god. Are you familiar with what an absurdity is?
Bro. Yes.
Okay. What's an absurdity?
I can't give. I know what it means. I can't give like something that's like if I'm trying to use the correct words. I don't have the definition in the top of my head, but it's just something that you think that's like extremely wrong. Like.
Yeah. So an absurdity is essentially, right, a scenario in which most people would agree, intuitionally speaking, is not just wrong, but absurdly wrong to the extent where anybody who would think it is right has lost their mind. And there are like two major ways that we could use to prove argumentation. Either I could like counter your position by drilling down how your position would like lead to you contradicting yourself. I.e., you affirm one necessary implication of the stance, but you reject another necessary implication of a stance. But the second way that we could actually counter rebuttal against one's position is just by reducing their position down to an absurdity. a scenario where it's just so intuitively clear that this is false, and anybody who were to think it's true is just ridiculous. And I feel like I've done that successfully for you, as it would relate to you believing that some women on birth control are murderers, because by second order, they lead to the death of unicellular organisms. But I mean, I could go further if you don't think it's absurd as it stands, which once again, I think is kind of like mentally ill. Do you think that all murderers should go to jail?
We actually talked about this last time when I was on live with you, about if women should go to jail because they had an abortion. My stance is the same as Charlie's stance. I just think that women are so manipulated by the media into thinking that what they're doing is okay. And like women that also take IUDs, like most of those women don't understand what they're doing. They think it's just a form of birth control because it's just like a condom or something like that, but it's not the same, because it's actually ending the life of a human being. I just think that women are so manipulated by the media and by the public and thinking, like, I think it's actually it can be very anti-feminist also, because like they're saying that women can't succeed if they have a child. If like they're saying like if you have a child, you won't be able to succeed. You won't be able to be successful. You won't be able to get this job, finish college, finish school, whatever. When that's not the case, there's so many examples of that. But sorry, I'm yapping. But anyways, like we've had this argument we had this debate last time, and
I just think that this is a weak excuse, saying that, oh well, they don't know it's wrong, therefore they shouldn't be punished for it. But like, you think it's literally murder? Well,
it's just been that's what my job. Sorry, go ahead.
Just listen. You think it's literally murder? Like, I could envision a scenario where a murderer is murdering, and that murderer doesn't think it's wrong to murder. And like, we could explain why they don't think it's wrong. Like, they were like kept in a cage, kept in a cabin in the middle of the woods where everybody around them told us it was okay. But like, if they were to continue to do this, like, I think that they should go to jail, not necessarily as like a punishment for their actions, but like rather just to like keep society safe in general, right? It's like, and it's an extraordinarily large threat to have like millions of murderers running around, and that we should probably throw them in jail even if they don't know they're murdering. Like, for instance, let's assume that there's this boy and he was raised at a cabin in the woods, and his parents and everybody in the small society were legitimate demons, and they told him that somebody does something you don't like, you have a God-given right to in their life. And they convinced this guy from birth that he's a prophet of God and he legitimately has this right, and it is legitimately not wrong. So when this guy's killing people that are doing things that he doesn't like, he doesn't see any issue with it. All right? Would it be okay for us to throw him in jail even though he doesn't see an issue with what he's doing and he's just brainwashed into thinking it's okay?
It's not the same thing.
Yeah, we would.
You keep giving me these different examples that aren't the same thing as abortion and what I'm talking about. Okay, there's nothing in history that you can compare what we have in abortion going on right now. Besides, I think there's a few scenarios that you can talk about when we treat other humans less than each other. I'm sure you know what I'm referencing to, but treating other humans like they're less worthy because of a certain characteristic. How I think those are the wording and how people treated them as the only difference. But I don't think that these examples that you keep giving. But I've been debating you for a while, and I have to go to church soon. So,
Okay.
like, do you want to just finish it off with something?
Yeah, well,
I would love to finish this
I'll finish it
conversation
off.
later.
So the first thing that you said is that it's not the same thing. Okay, well, you haven't given me any reason to believe it's not the same thing. And then you said, well, there's only like a couple other things that it could be compared throughout history. Then you like implicated the Holocaust. Okay, well, first, that's crazy. But second of all that this tells me is that you think that the Nuremberg trials were unfair for members of the Nazi youth that were indoctrinated from a young age in society.
Yeah, you said that last
to think
time,
that
and
it's
it's
okay to kill
actually
Jewish people.
I actually will give you that Nuremberg trial was a very good argument that you made, and I've been like ever since our last debate, I've been trying to find an answer for it, and I still have to talk to a couple of people, but because I've been doing my own research, but it was a very good example, and I think it was a fair argument to make, and I'm still looking into how to respond to that. But whenever I'm talking about the Holocaust, I'm just talking about the wording and how people treat. It's not the harm that's given, because I absolutely the Holocaust is worse than abortion in ways where it's like harming, like the harmful, like the torture towards the Jews and to all those other all those other victims of the Holocaust.
Just keep in mind that it's kind of anti-Semitic to reduce Jewish people down to unicellular organisms.
No, I'm just talking about I'm talking about the wording. I mean, if you look, like Hitler was saying that they're less than human because they're Jewish, and I'm saying that's what people are saying with abortion, because they're less than human because of this and that.
Okay. Well, you got to go to church. Have a good one. Praise the Lord. Ask
Okay,
the
bye,
Lord about these
Dean.
internal qualms.
Okay.
All right, guys, we're going to get that next guest connected to the live stream. Only hop inside of the queue if you happen to be MAGA, please, and thank you. I'd really appreciate it if you guys did your very best to follow the rules. She's crazy. I'm sorry. I just think it's so insane. It is so insane to suggest that killing a unicellular organism, microscopic, makes you a murderer. Hey, do you support Trump?
Yeah, I do.
How old are you?
I'm 21.
Okay, what time is it?
It's currently 11:07 p.m.
I appreciate you, man. Today we are just looking specifically to talk to Americans that support Trump. So if you're in the States and you are a Trump supporter, please do hop inside of the queue. I'd love to have you up. I wonder where Russell went. Over on PayPal, thank you, Kendall, for the $10, who says, wait, this woman said that she's anti-IVF, so she would rather have, I have no children than to have IVF and have an actual living, beautiful little boy as a result. That's crazy. Dude, her view was a mess. No IVF, no birth control, no abortion. Dude, if, like, most people in society thought like her, we'd be fucked. Ashley, thank you for the $10, who says, IVF, mom, I don't have fallopian tubes. Does the guest think that I should never have kids? Yes. No, she would give the simple answer of yes, Ashley. Thank you for the $10. Brittany, thank you for the $10 as well. He says, how about all the women who die from lack of access to abortion? No pro-life for them, only the zygotes. Yes, she doesn't hold an exception for the mother's life. Oh, wait, no, I think that she does. But then she says it's not an exception to abortion because, quote unquote, it's not abortion. I don't know. Hey, welcome in. Do you support Trump?
Absolutely not.
Super Base, man. Today we are just looking for MAGA. Pat, thank you so much for the $50 donation on Venmo. Thank you, Pat. You are awesome. Thank you so much for that love and support. Please show some love to Pat down below in that comment section for the $50 donation. That is so very kind of you. I'm so grateful for you, and thank you so very much for that love and support. Let's show some massive love to Pat down below in that chat. Thank you so much for the $50. Pat with a 50 says, keep up the fight. You know I will, Pat. Thank you so much. You are awesome. Thank you. Welcome in, Kinsey. Do you support Trump? Kinsky? Hello? Going once? Hello? Kinsky?
I'm here.
Hey, do you support Trump?
Well, I was married to an American for 17 years.
Okay.
I don't support Trump.
Base! We
Sorry
love
for
it.
that.
We are looking specifically for Trump supporters. For everybody in that queue, please follow the rules. I'd appreciate it if y'all could please follow the rules of the live stream, folks. We're going to start banning people who break them. Only up inside of that queue if you are MAGA, please, and thank you. Welcome in. Do you support Trump?
No, I'm so sorry. I was here to debate the other person, so I will leave you be.
No worries. Have a good one. We got Chris letting up in. Hey, Andrea, Andrea. Thank you for the $25 on Venmo. It says your piano playing is fire. Keep fighting the good fight. Thank you so much, Andrea. Thank you. You are awesome. I know, yeah. Well, the purpose of these live streams is to talk about politics, so we don't really ever get into my personal interest, but I love playing the piano. I love playing instruments in general. Thank you so much for the $25. You are awesome. Same thing to Jenna. Thank you for the $10. She says close to 65% of all abortions are done with the abortion pill. She said that she didn't know about that pill, so how could she debate any of this at all? True. That was honestly a point that I was going to make earlier, right? Like a vast majority of abortions are done through the pill, and apparently she knows nothing about it. Okay, that's weird. Thank you for leaving. Moving on to the next guest, we got Joelle connecting to the box. Angela, thank you for the $12. She says, thank you for learning about women's healthcare so you could teach the ignorant woman. Right? Thank you for the $12. I appreciate you. That's very kind. And Kim, thank you for the $20 as well, who says, can somebody explain why pro-birthers don't seem to care about the pregnant person and their physical and mental health to carry a pregnancy, plus care for a child for the rest of their lives that they're not ready or able to care for? This doesn't sound like pro-life to me.
When did you last shit, Dean?
I literally fucking hate
you
you.
last shit?
I literally fucking hate you. You are my least favorite troll, and I mean it. You're so fucking weird. Ugh. Anyways, back to you, Ashley. Well, see, the thing is that pro-lifers, quote unquote, they use that phrase, I'm pro-life, as a virtue signal to shield their true intentions.
I love you, Dean.
Appreciate you so much for that love and support of like being like super like anti-life and anti-woman and anti-society. Because guess what? Banning access to abortion hurts society as a whole. We're going to get that next guest, Connie loaded in. Hello, Connie. Do you support Trump? Connie! Hello!
Sorry.
We are Charlie.
Get out of here. Bro, I thought that was like a 70-year-old like grandma. Sorry. As she says, you know, like old and feebly. I don't know if that's a word, but I'm sure you guys get what I mean. And then she starts busting out the tunes. Wildness. Moving on to the next guest, guys. We're looking for some Trump supporters. We might be out, folks. We might be all out of MAGA. We might be all out of MAGA. We might just be. Oh, Russell, thank you for the $20 who says my name is Grill Master.
Hello.
Hey, welcome into Sport Trump.
No, I just want to say that I appreciate what you do.
Thanks, man. It's very kind of you. Shout out to you. We are just looking for Trump supporters. So Grill Master is in the queue. $70 to debate me. Oh my. What's your screen name, Russell? It should. So you'll have like an option of like a username, which is like Grill Master, but then you'll have like another option of like a screen name. Maybe if you could even like describe your profile picture to me. Because what I see, I don't see your usernames. I see y'all's screen names. And I'm not seeing a Grill Master in here. If there's any like mods with access to the guest queue, feel free to look through them. If you guys see a quote-unquote Grill Master named Russell, feel free to accept their invite. I speak out. Do you support Trump?
Yes, I do.
Oh, man. Okay. All right, yeah. Why?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Are you driving?
Yeah.
Feel free to come back up when you're not driving. Unfortunately, just for your safety and ensuring that we're in obedience with the TOS, just got to make sure if you're on the live, you are not actively driving. We got the next guest, AJ, connecting. Stella, thank you for the $5 on PayPal. Same thing to you, Daisy. I appreciate y'all. And then Chloe, thank you for the 5. By the way, if you're watching, you're like, hey, I like this scene guy. You want to support the live. You want to get a message across. You want to ask a question. You want to roast the guest. You want to give an argument to the guest. You can find my Venmo, my PayPal, and the link tree in my bio and my TikTok account. Same thing with the pin message on the other place. And the @ is right there. Dean Withers without the E in Withers. If you use the @ compared to the link, just make sure to quadruple check your spelling, though, because there's a bunch of fake scamming accounts out there. Hey, man, welcome in. Do you support Trump?
Yes, sir.
Okay, how old are you?
I'm 29.
Okay. Sounds good. So why do you support Trump?
Real quick. So I watch you every day, like on some respect. I'm not trying to debate you on something bad, more or less more information. But I'm pro-life overall. Like I don't think it's even our opinion to tell a woman what she can do with her body. But in the same breath, I personally know women that have like had 5 or 6 abortions, and it's not because of a situation where they're not physically able to or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? And once again, even then, it's not my business to tell somebody what they can and can't do with their body. But I just think there's like, a limit, like, maybe like, you know what I'm saying? Like, have a certain way where you can, I don't know. Once again, I don't know. Once again,
I understand what you're describing. Listen. When we're looking at a scenario of like a woman getting like a shit ton of elective abortions, like I agree that there's an issue there. I just don't think that the issue is the abortion, but rather like the lack of comprehensive sex ed or access to free contraceptives that led to that outcome. That makes it wrong. Okay? Right? So the way to fix that isn't to ban abortion, but is rather to ensure that the American schooling program gives ample high quality, comprehensive sex ed to every child in America. And not just for children, but for every person in America. We have free access to contraceptives for everyone. For everyone.
Not only that, but also creating a system where it's more affordable to have children, of course,
Yeah.
So I completely agree with that,
Absolutely.
And
So why do you support Trump? Because he's obviously not creating a system that makes it more affordable to have children. He's destroying the working class. He's hiking prices, and it's terrible for the average American. Things are less affordable now. His big, beautiful bill stripped away the purchasing power of the working class. His tariffs charged us $92 billion worth of illegal taxes. And his war in Iran is skyrocketing the price of groceries and gas.
So one more. My other thing is the same thing. So once again, I agree with you about most of your topics, but my thing is just about the number. Like when it comes to I can't think of the right word I'm trying to say right now, but this is the limit. When it comes to that same thing. You talk about trans women and sports, and for the longest time I disagree with you. I didn't agree with trans at all. But then you started going to the point of saying how it's the media boosted to the point to where it's further than what it really is, and I agree to that. But the same thing, how you say there's not a lot of women, not a lot of trans women, and not a lot of trans, you know what I'm saying, in sports, and it's not a lot right now. But what if it got to the point where there were, where it kind of did become where you know what I'm trying to say.
Well, let me ask you a question just so you could like clarify on what you know. Do you know what percentage of NCAA athletes are trans women?
I think you said something like there's only like 9 or something, very, very small. I've heard you say something very small.
The percentage is 0.00016.
Right. Okay. So I agree to that. Okay. What?
So I just want to clarify. So you support Trump, not because he's good for America. He's destroying the economy.
I don't.
Can you let me
Trump,
speak,
bro.
please?
I'm trying to have a conversation. I don't support Trump, bro. Okay. I just want to have a conversation.
Okay. All right, man. Well, listen. I appreciate you for coming up, but please don't deceive me to stay on the live stream. I don't appreciate that. I hope that you're able to figure out what you'd like to. Join my Discord. I know that there's a lot of great, a lot of great people in there who'd love to talk to you. But once again, I just can't allow you to stay on now that I've learned that you deceived me to get up here. Because it's a precedent that people could lie to me to stay on my stream. Over on Super Chat. Thank you so much, My World, for the $50. And same thing to you, Flickhead, with the €50. Holy shit. I want to see 500 World and 500 Flick W's. You two are so fucking kind. Genuinely, I'm so very grateful for everybody watching the live stream. You guys have been so kind to me today. And just know, it's y'all support that keeps us going for 4 hours a day, 7 days a week. Or else I'd have to get a real job. Thank you both so very much. World with the 50 says, Yo, Dean, just showing some love. Thank you so much, World. I hope that you're enjoying the day and enjoying the stream. Appreciate you. Same thing to you, Flick. Thank you for the €50. Who says, hello, Dean. Hope you're doing well. Haven't been around for a while. I just had to say goodbye to one of my beloved pets a few days ago. These lives are a very welcome distraction. Use this to treat yourself and moment as something nice. Keep it up, man. I'm so fucking sorry to hear about your loss. Losing a pet is real, okay? Very serious. We lost our family dog. We had to put her down like 3 months ago, and it was difficult. So I wish you the very best of luck, and I'm so sorry to hear that. Thank you for the €50. As always, you're amazing. I'm still looking for Russell. Russell, thank you for the $10. He says that his profile picture looks like a skeleton. Dude, make sure that you're inside of the guest request, but I'll keep on looking for you. Welcome in. Do you support Trump?
Yeah, I do.
How old are you?
18.
I just don't see like any skeleton profile picture, Russell. What year were you born in?
2008.
Okay, what month?
Hello?
Yeah, hi, what month? Got MAGA Mobile, holy.
Oh, my bad. January 13th.
Okay, and why do you support the worst president of your life? You?
I support him because I just agree with a lot of his policies, I think he's just he's a pretty smart man.
He's a smart man. Okay. Some people in the comment section are saying that you're not 18. You could be 18 if you're born in January of 2008, folks. Yeah, I think that I think that it's actually really stupid to say that he's a smart man. I think that he's a very dumb man. He didn't know that presidents have to abide by the Constitution. He doesn't know that coal's not clean. He doesn't know, what else does he? He doesn't know that human-caused climate change is real. He doesn't know that he wasn't the man of the year in Michigan a handful of years ago. In fact, I just think that he's completely detached from reality. We heard an advisor from his first term say that Donald Trump would just kind of say whatever he wants to, regardless if it's true or false. And when it was true, it would land. When it was false, it wouldn't, and it's whatever. And on top of that, well, he also said some other dumb shit, completely detached from reality, like if Jesus counted the votes in California, he would have won. Or posting 55 times on Truth Social in less than 3 hours, saying that Obama is literally a demon who wiretapped the Trump Towers to spy on Trump, who worked with the CIA to coup the government in 2016. Okay, he's very clearly like a very dumb, delusional man.
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, you look, you got me there. It's because I feel like because I just turned 18 and that means I can vote next time. I don't know who and what to believe in. And I don't know. I feel like I need guidance.
Okay. Well, listen, man. I think if you're just more so generally looking for guidance, I think that's awesome. Tune into the live streams because that's essentially what I try to do here. Is I try to, of course, as a first order goal, host debates with Trump supporters to change their minds. But as a second order consequence, and likely the most meaningful impact of what we do here, is to give guidance to the viewership about what's actually happening in America. So I appreciate you for popping up, and I, maybe hope that, if you have some homework to do, chores to do around the house, just, throw the stream on for a little bit. Hear me out for what I have to say, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, you
All
take
right,
care,
thank
dude.
you so much. Yeah, you too.
Take care. Take care. Love that. I mean, that's the type of person that we're trying to reach here. Let's see. Yo, thank you, Kirsten, for the $20. He says, did you see Trump's arranged speech today when he kept on talking about the size of the reflecting pool because he made it better than it ever was? What is this crazy man talking about? I'm actually concerned. Oh my God, no, I haven't. Jesus Christ. I'm in for a treat on the way up to the camping spot. Oh my. Thank you for the $20, Kirsten. Let's get 200 Kirsten W's. And then Crystal, thank you for the $10 as well. I appreciate you so much, Crystal. And Elliot, thank you for the $2. Over on Venmo, thank you so much, Nicole, for the $5, who says, hey, I'm not MAGA, but I was wondering if I could come up to get educated. I wasn't taught in politics, but I want to get your insight on some things. I'd recommend joining my Discord and just listening to the stream, because on stream today, we're just specifically looking to talk to Trump supporters. Molly, thank you for the $5. Shout out to your cat, Molly. That's awesome. Elizabeth, thank you for the $2. Miranda, thank you for the $5. And then Morgan, thank you for the $10. She says, do you have any recommendations on camping gear brands? Well, it would depend on what your budget is and what gear specifically. So if you let me know what your budget is and what gear specifically, I could give you some pretty good insight. And then Ryan, thank you for the $5. We are all caught up. Once again, if you want to support me, you can find my Venmo and my PayPal in the link tree in my bio on TikTok, pin message on that other place, and the ads right there, Dean Withers without the Ian Withers. Jared, are you still a Nazi?
So the last time I was on here, you called me a white supremacist.
Yeah.
But I think that's because you had a black guest on and you were virtue signaling.
Okay. Well, I mean, clearly whatever bullshit just left in your mouth has been espoused. Do I have a black guest on my live stream right now?
What?
Do I have a black guest on my live stream right now?
Well, no.
No, and did I call you a Nazi 3 seconds after you joined?
Well, yeah, but you didn't call me a white
Right.
supremacist.
Right. Well, are
You said-
Nazis
you
white
specifically said
supremacists,
white
Jared?
supremacists?
Are Nazis
Because
white supremacists, Jared?
You had a black guest.
Are Nazis white supremacists, Jared?
Yeah, I would say those are in the same group.
No, it's not in the same group. They are, by definition. That's the preservation of the Aryan race, okay, is by definition a white supremacist ideology.
You
And I mean,
seriously think
I
I'm a
think
white
that, you know,
supremacist?
you kind of prove that you're a white supremacist because,
How?
you know, the first reference that leaves your mouth on a debate stream with a white man about why you support another white man as president is, of course, attempting to, in some sense or another, condemn black people, like saying that I acted in accordance with a particular way because
No,
a
I
black
was
person
condemning.
was on my
I was
screen.
condemning.
Right?
I was
Like,
no. I was condemning you.
I think that it's no.
No, I
Listen,
was
Jared.
condemning you for trying to fit in and be like,
Oh.
oh, hey, I've got a black
Yeah.
guest. You're a white supremacist, Jared.
Yeah, I don't call you a white supremacist because of
No, you
black
do.
viewers. I call you a white
You have
supremacist.
zero evidence that I'm a white
because,
supremacist.
well, yeah, my evidence that you're a white supremacist is pretty clear. You joined my live stream, what was it, like a week and a half ago? And you're straight up telling me that like black and brown people restrict and impede upon the culture of America, and that you don't want white people to be a minority in America because white people already have it really hard, and we treat the current minorities well. But if the current minorities became the majority, then they'd be really mean to us.
Do you
So
think that,
it's just like more bullshit about like white replacement theory and the demonization of black and brown people. Like, I
you
think
think
that in accordance with like the white supremacist framework, you by default white people are innocent, and by default black and brown people are bad. This is why by default white people have it hard even though the majority, and by default if we were the minority then we'd be oppressed by the majority of black and brown folks. But
Do you
that's
think
not
that
true the other
America
way
has a
around,
culture,
according to you.
Dean? Do you think America has a culture?
I think that there's culture in America, but I'm not sure if there's an American culture.
Why not? Every other country has a culture.
Because we're like relatively like a young country. I think that Emily, thank you so much for the Interstellar. I really appreciate you so much for that love. Thank you, Emily. Show some love to Emily down below in that chat. That's huge. I think that we're a relatively like young country. I think that like a lot of like the ethnic or nation like culture that we see across the globe typically stems from countries that have existed for like much longer than 250 years. But not saying that, you know, countries younger than that can't have culture, just saying it's a bit more difficult to define it. And then B, right, we're like by definition this melting pot where we've been able to, you know, meet such strides and successes by kind of fusing various peoples, various communities, various racial, ethnic backgrounds into one. So I'd say if anything, America's more like multicultural than in the possession of a singular culture. But I think I could better prove this just by asking you to tell us what American culture is and then watching you flail all over the place and fail in your attempts.
I would say liberty, freedom, freedom of speech, the Second Amendment. Let's see. 4th of July, monster trucks,
So
dirt
guns,
biking.
monster trucks.
You know, things you see in America that you don't see in most other countries.
Okay. I mean, Like maybe.
Would you disagree with that? I think that's pretty reasonable.
Maybe like we might be able to say like there's like the larger like there's an appearance of like the rise of like maybe some cultural values relegated to like specific demographics and like guns and monster trucks. But I don't know. I guess I don't consider that to be like culture, dude. Like I think that like culture is like a shared expression between.
What's culture?
Well, I'm trying to
doing
define
weird
that.
dances and eating strange food and praying to certain gods. What's culture?
Doing weird dances. You don't know how to dance, Jared. Are you saying that they're
You're right.
weird
I
because
do
you don't
not
know how to do
dance.
them? Right,
I
that's what
hate
thought.
dancing. I'm very bad at it. You're right.
And then you said eating strange foods. I'm sorry that it's not like mayonnaise on white bread, but it's certainly not strange.
That's racist, Dean.
What's
you think all white
racist?
people eat mayonnaise on white bread?
I think that you ate mayonnaise and white bread because that's all your mom would bring to the basement for you.
I eat mayonnaise on honey wheat bread.
Oh, God, Jared. Listen, if you could name one macroeconomic indicator that's better off today than it was a year and a half ago under Biden because of Trump, I won't kick you.
I thought we were talking about culture here, Dean.
Well, we're
You bring
more
up
specifically
macroeconomics 'cause
talking
you don't
about
wanna
the Trump
talk about culture
administration.
because you know America has its own culture. And
I mean, you just kind of said like
people that
trucks
move
and
here
guns.
from other countries bring their culture with them
do you agree
and
that
dilute
like
American culture? I don't
okay,
care if
so
they're
they're
white, black, or
diluting
brown.
trucks and guns?
No, they're diluting American culture.
But you said American culture was trucks and guns.
Do you think that somebody moved
Okay,
here
who
6
fucking
months
cares?
ago
Like,
from-
listen, if American culture is like trucks and guns, then like I don't really give a fuck about American culture, right?
Hey,
I don't think that
can I
trucks
give
and
you an
guns
example?
are like a
Let me give you
shared
an example.
expression of the symbolism of the union of we the people, to an extent that it symbolizes right our like love, unity, and flourishment and uniqueness.
Can I give you an example?
And how we're set apart from like different people and different groups, right? Like I don't really give a fuck
I-
about trucks and guns.
Can I give you an example?
Of trucks
So,
and guns, sure. Yeah.
Here in Houston, which is where I live, a 14-year-old black kid went into a gas station and he robbed the gas station. He stole a candy bar. I don't know what he stole, but he stole something, right? And the owner of that store, who was a Middle Eastern man, went out in the parking lot after he walked out of the store and shot him in the back of the head.
Mhm.
Because probably in whatever country he came from, that was a reasonable thing to do.
Oh, okay. All right. Therefore, white culture is pedophilia because in Texas, where Houston is, a 56-year-old AG by the name of Ken Paxton gave a one-day jail sentence to Adam, a child rapist who raped a third grader.
How do you give him the sentence? Is he the judge? Is he the jury?
It was a DA.
No,
He
I'm saying,
sought a reduced
how
sentence.
did that happen?
Because the prosecutor's office seeks sentences. So they sought a sentence of 1 day, and then the judge was like, dude, that's fucking nuts. Like, we'll reduce a sentence because you guys want us to, but we're not going to do 1 day. We're going to do 60, which is still insane. So following your logic, white culture is pedophilia.
I would agree with that. I would agree with that. Not that white culture is pedophilia. What I would agree with.
I
is
gave
that
you an example of
is
one
that the
white
criminal
man
justice system-
clearly doing
No,
something that is
prosecutors-
pedophilic.
But what I would agree with is that prosecutors take plea deals way too much. Plea deals shouldn't be a thing. If you do a crime, you should pay the time for that crime you've committed. You shouldn't get a plea deal.
I think it
You
would
shouldn't
follow.
You shouldn't get found with CP on your phone and get three months or 3 months in jail and 2 years probation.
I think it would follow from your perspective that white culture is pedophilic because I named like one white man who's probably a pedophile, right? The same way that you said like Middle Eastern
Probably
culture.
a pedophile?
Yeah, right?
Do you think Bill Clinton's probably a pedophile?
Well, we could talk about Bill Clinton as soon as I'm done responding to your argument that Middle Eastern
go
culture
for
is
it.
violent.
I didn't
So
say
it would
that.
follow. Yeah, it is. You said that the
No, that's
culture
not
from
what I
his
said.
home
No,
countries.
that's not at all what I said.
It is what you said.
That's
I'm
just-
sorry.
you're strawmanning my argument.
I'm not
What I said
strawmanning
was-
your argument, Jared.
You are.
You said that there was a Middle Eastern man who shot a 14-year-old black boy in the back of the head, and he probably got that from the culture of whatever country he came from. Yeah, that's saying that whatever Middle Eastern culture you came from is violent because we could name an example of one Middle Eastern person being violent. And of course, the counter argument would be to this. Well, let's
What
just
I
name an
said
example
was-
of a white man being pedophilic. Ken Paxton give it a 1 day jail sentence to somebody that raped a third grader. Therefore, white culture is pedophilic. Listen, I think that you and a lot of other like really racist people have this inclination to
I'm not
generate
racist.
Have a really
I have black
racist.
people in my family. I'm
Okay,
not
if you
racist.
continue to interrupt me, I'm just gonna kick you. I think that you have a very racist inclination to generate generalizations from like individual anecdotal experiences, right? Like you see a black man robbing a white woman, all of a sudden black people are criminals. You see a Middle Eastern man shooting somebody in the back of the head violently, well, all of a sudden Middle Eastern culture is violent. But we see like a vast majority of all school shooters are white. Well, white people aren't violent. We see that a vast majority of the people in the Epstein files are white. Okay, well, white people aren't pedophiles. We see white AGs in states, right? Like turning around and giving people one-day jail sentences for child rape, but they're not okay with it. We see in a disproportionate amount of states that are GOP ran by white Republicans allowing child marriage. Well, guess what? White people aren't cool with children marrying as a generalization. You will generalize for minorities, but you'll never generalize for white people.
Sure, I would.
Okay.
Give me an example. What's something that white people
that
do
white
generally?
people are wait, also now you're saying do generally. What does it mean to do something generally?
You just said generalize, which means generally these people do this.
So what does it mean to do something generally?
Let's see. There's a pattern with this race of doing this.
Okay, and what's a
You
pattern?
can generalize white behavior all you want. You will never generalize.
What's a pattern?
A pattern would be let's see. If I go to the store and every time I go there, there's a sale on bananas, I would say there's a pattern of this store having a sale on bananas.
Okay, so it's like you see it often. Well,
yes.
The first issue with identifying patterns of races is first and foremost selection bias, right? Because you're already predisposed to be racist. You're going to observe the selection of specifically like black people doing bad or violent things significantly more so than like white people doing bad or violent things. Now,
why is that?
The second thing I'll add on here is, well, once you have these preconceived notions that there's a pattern of black people doing bad and violent things, because you place like a preface on the selection bias of only looking at black people doing bad and violent things, well, then that weeds itself into the criminal justice system where now black people, 14% of the population, account for 87% of our exonerations. So we have the selection bias where we're only looking at black people doing this thing, which then leads to confirmation bias. Black people are more violent, which then leads to over-selection bias. 87% of our exonerations are from 14% of society, black people. So I think it's a bad thing to generalize about race, gender, right, ethnicity, point blank, period. All right? Because frankly, these generalizations are A, unfair, because people's proclivities, actions, and behaviors aren't determined by their race. And then B, create a system that then only further perpetuates systemic disadvantages to members of that race.
You just generalized white people. What are you talking about? You can't generalize race unless it's white people.
It was a counter argument to your position. I don't actually generalize white people to be
I didn't even make a
pedophiles, or else
position.
I'd be calling myself a pedophile because I'm white. Like,
I don't know. You're check your phone.
You're
Dean.
actually an idiot.
What does your Telegram look like, Dean?
Well, a lot of money, plane trips to LA. I'm sure you've seen it. Get out of here. No, listen. You get my point, right, Jared?
No, I don't get your point. I disagree with your point.
Okay.
You can generalize.
Okay, yeah, super strong debater. You know, I don't know why I keep on having that guy up. Like, he's just like literally a white supremacist, right? Like, I probably like wouldn't bring like any other white supremacist up on the live. So why do I bring him up? So I'm gonna stop bringing him up. I mean, that's like a pretty good description.
Oh, shit. Hey.
I think like for the most part in society, like we don't really like describe like why, like the things that white supremacists do are wrong because we just already know they're wrong. So it kind of goes without a needed explanation. But you know, if you want like in words an explanation for like why these things are bad, like the one that I just gave is decent. I'm sure it gets better. Let's go to get that next guest connected to the live stream. Only hop inside of that queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Trump. If you want to support me, if you want to support the stream, you could find my Venmo and my PayPal in the link tree in my bio on TikTok, pinned message on the other place. Let's see here. At the top of the phone screen, Dean Withers without the E. The vegan is back. The vegan is back. I want to ask this guy about oysters. I just need to know. Is it wrong to eat oysters?
Well, they're probably not sentient. They're like comparable to a Venus flytrap, which is like a complicated light switch. But just in case they possess some sentience we don't know about. It's probably smart not to eat them because we don't need to.
Okay. Well, couldn't we say the same thing about Venus flytraps? Would you say it's wrong to eat a Venus flytrap?
Who's eating Venus flytraps? But thank you for speaking against that last guest, the racist fisherman with pictures of exploited dead animals. So thank you for that, Dean. I appreciate it.
Can you answer the question though? Like, would it be wrong to eat a Venus flytrap in case they're sentient?
No one's eating Venus flytraps.
Okay, but I'm not asking you if people are eating them. I'm saying, would it be wrong to eat one?
You know, I made a side-scroller video game and you're the character in it.
That's cool. Can you answer my question?
No, you should play it. It's now Backrooms, full
That's
3D
cool. Can
video
you answer
game.
my
You're
question?
the star. Can you play my video game?
That's obsessive, but can you answer the question? Like,
I
dude,
did. No, it's not. Just commit to the part. This is not a rehearsal, sweetheart.
I don't know what's going on. Answer the question. Would it be wrong to eat a Venus flytrap in case they're sentient?
I guess so.
Okay.
Who's eating Venus flytraps?
Thank you.
Who's eating
so much
Venus
for
flytraps, then?
So now it's wrong to eat like some like plants in case they're sentient. Okay, interesting. I appreciate you. Let's go to get that next guest. Ethan, connected to the box, only opposite side of the queue if you happen to be an American adult. Well, can we like extend that to like anything?
Dude,
then?
I
Like,
just joined the live.
like what if like lettuce is sentient? I don't know. I think that this means that there's actually a pretty good vegan argument that it's okay to eat oysters. Hey, welcome in. Do you support Trump?
I don't know, dude. I just got in here. This is
All right. Yeah, super cool, Ethan. But we're looking for debates. Take care. Moving on to the next guest, we got Brooke joining the box. Hey, Joe. Thank you for the $6 over on Venmo. I appreciate it.
Hi.
Hi. Do you support Trump?
Yeah, I love Trump.
Okay. Are you trolling?
What?
Are you yanking my chain? Are you trolling?
No, I love Trump. Like, I'm a really big fan of Trump. What's funny? Like,
So why do you support Trump?
I don't know. I just really enjoy his like politics. You know, like I don't think he's really doing anything that wrong. Like, you know, like I don't think he's really hurting any.
Sarah, do you support Trump?
I don't. I just want to say I love you so much. Thank you for everything you do.
I appreciate you, Sarah. You're the GOAT. We got Nikki connecting to the box. Kendall, thank you for the $5. Who says, testing. Hey, Dean. I love listening while I work. Base Kendall, thank you for the $5. Brittany, thank you for the $5 as well. Tiffany, thank you for the 1. And Will, thank you for the $20. Thank you. He says, hello, I've been following you for around 6 months now, and I really enjoy your content. I largely agree with your views, but I was wondering what your stance is on gun control. I'm very pro-2A, though I support stronger background checks and national red flag laws. Well, listen, I think that guns are like cool, personally. I own a pistol, probably think they're cool just because I was raised in a very like gun family. I got my hunter's safety license at like 9 years old. So I also think that guns are cool, like them to an extent. I just want to prevent guns from getting the hands of bad people. And I think the only way to do that is through broad sweeping common sense gun reform. And possibly even an AR ban if it leads to the outcome. Like, listen, ultimately my objective here is reducing the amount of people that die from guns. And if like banning ARs, for instance, were to lead to a significant reduction in the amount of people that die from guns, then like I'm fine with that. Like, yeah, like I would like to own an AR because I know that I'm not going to do anything bad with that AR. I would like to own a fully automatic AR because I know that that would be fun to pull the trigger at a range and I'm not going to use it to kill anyone. Right, but it's like I'm obviously okay with like the prospect of fully auto ARs being banned and possibly the prospect of all rifles being banned if it were to like significantly reduce like the unnecessary death. You know, that's the goal. And I think that too often in this conversation about gun control, it's very like, oh, I hate guns, therefore I'm going to ban them all. Or, oh, I love guns, therefore I want to keep them all. When I actually think it could be a little bit more nuanced than that. I think that you could say that like guns are cool. And like in a perfect world where nobody did anything wrong, you know, like we could just like own whatever guns we want and have fun with them because we're all like perfectly rational, moral people who are like predisposed to not commit violent crimes or accidentally kill people with them. But that's just not the world that we live in. And in the world that we live in,
Charlie Kirk, we carry the
people like do make mistakes with guns. They like do leave them out, leading to their children like killing themselves or others. They are violent, and then they do use those weapons to kill others, right? And because we live in a quote-unquote fallen world, like it is important to advocate for common sense reform, gun restriction, and gun bans to prevent the deaths of innocent people. And I think that's like I don't know, my stance on guns. Let's go to get that next guest connected to the live stream. Punk, I appreciate you for the $20 over on Super Chat. He says, Pew Pew and truck-loving West Texan here. The store owner committed unlawful forever sleep. Just say death. You're good. Unless you can on Super Chat. Just saying. Also, Kin is a cradle robber lover. Just saying. Bro, I really hope that Tallarico wins. I don't want to see Kin win. He sucks. Guys, please do follow our rules. Only hop inside of the queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Trump as president. Hey, user 220006977. You've been in the comment section every day for like the last month. I'd love to debate you. You should change your account visibility to public so then you could request. We got Sock joining. Everybody give Sock a moment to join. Hey, welcome in. Do you support Trump, Sock?
We are team withers. We fight for the truth. We take down the MAGAs. We'll honor his name. We are team withers. His anxiety cannot run.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Oh my God. You've been trying to sing this song for weeks and you haven't finished the lyrics? You haven't finished the lyrics? I was finally gonna let you. You haven't finished the lyrics. You cut yourself off midway through. You cut yourself off, but you haven't finished the lyrics. After weeks, banned. Get out of here. Banished. Banished to the pits of hell because she didn't finish the lyrics. Unbelievable, Via. Unbelievable. Let's go ahead and get that next guest slotted up into the box. Only hop inside of that queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president. Dude, she's been in the queue all day. That's actually nuts. Welcome in. Do you support Trump?
I do, but I wanted to go back to like the gun argument you were talking about.
What is there to add on? How am I okay? We'll stay here for like we'll stay here for like 2 minutes, and then we're gonna go on to why you support Trump. How am I wrong? Clearly, if gun restriction leads to like the deaths of innocent people,
trying to bring in the opinion.
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, so you don't disagree with me? Okay, listen, give us your opinion real quick, but then we want to hop into why you support Trump.
So I was just like, if you go into like gun reform and everything, like, don't you think criminals could just get in like in the black markets? And then still increase into the violence as it is.
So yeah, criminals would of course still be able to get guns on black markets, but it would still overall reduce the supply of guns, making them hard to get, point blank period, even in consideration of the black markets. I feel like Britain's a really good example of this. Like their gun deaths are like close to none because they don't allow any guns. Now, hypothetically, there still could be a gun black market in the UK, but it's still really hard to access and there's less guns in it because of how long the guns have been banned. So it's still significantly reduced gun death.
But now you're bringing into the argument of increased violence with knives and swords.
Actually, no. We have higher knife death rates in America than they do in the UK. Isn't that nuts?
Can you argue population control?
Do you just mean population size?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm speaking per capita.
Okay.
Yeah, very interesting statistic. Yeah, more knife deaths per capita in America than the UK. So why do you support Trump?
Well, I originally voted for him in this last election. With his like what he's doing now, I don't really support him as is, but nor I'm still like a right wing, but I don't necessarily support him now, like especially with everything he's passing. But yeah, I did vote for him this past election.
Okay, well, it's good to hear that you don't support him anymore, man. Hope that you consider some of the things that I have to say, so hopefully we can get you on the left. Damn, bro, no one supports this guy anymore. Literally fucking no one supports Trump. That's wild. Jocelyn, thank you for the $15 on Venmo. Appreciate you. Next time you list things Trump doesn't know, make sure that you list how to keep your hands off of others. We all learned in pre-K, but Trump's nearly geriatric and can't figure it out. On God. Nicole, thank you for the $5. And Molly, thank you for the $5. Miranda, thank you for the $5. I think with all that being said, we're all caught up on Venmo. How about Super Chat? I think that we're caught up over there. How about PayPal? Ava, thank you for the $5. Shout out to you. Stefina, thank you so much for the $10. She says, Dean, love listening to you. My husband is still on the wrong side of history. Get him up here. I'd love to debate him. Chloe, thank you for the $4. Elliot, thank you for the $2. And we are all caught up. Welcome in. Do you support Trump? Hello. Hello, Stacy. Stacy's not. Ah, fuck. She spoke right as I kicked her. If you are a Trump supporter, Stacy, hop back inside of the queue. I'd love to have you up. Let's go to get the next guest up. Hello, Bella. Do you support Trump?
So, yes and no.
If the election was held tomorrow between him and Harris, who'd you vote for?
None.
Okay, what are the reasons?
Vote at all.
Okay, so what are the reasons? So what are the reasons why you say that you do support Trump, I guess?
So, I guess so what's your outlook on LGBT and the pronouns and the stuff like that?
Let me find a way to say this without pronouns. Fucking hate pronouns.
Okay, thank you.
How about... Me too? Fuck, you gotta find a way to say it without pronouns. You can't say me. You can't say I. Okay? Find another way to say it.
No. I mean with...
Yeah, you already messed up. You said I. No, start again. Oh, start over.
I'm confused, but...
Because I is a pronoun. You're telling me that you hate pronouns. Okay, so stop using pronouns. For the rest of the conversation, let's speak to one another without...
the gay pronouns. That's what I want to say.
Only
Not
gay
the normal
pronouns.
The gay
Only
pronouns.
the
Diseaser, dinosaur pronouns. That's what I want to talk about.
Okay, so
I want to see what's your opinion on it.
Okay, so
sorry, I'm from.
Those.
I was born here, but I'm from Europe, so we have a very different outlook. So I want to hear what's your opinion on it.
So those aren't gay pronouns; those are neo pronouns. Listen, personally, I don't get neo pronouns, but whatever floats one's boat, you know. So like that's kind of a you do you type of thing. I think that individuals have personal liberties and freedoms. I think that people should be able to freely exercise what they want as long as it doesn't harm or infringe on the liberties of others in a way in which makes sense to them to live their life in the most fully authentic version of themselves. Me personally, I don't understand neopronouns at all, just being honest. But once again, I just think that reduces down to one of those personal liberties and freedoms.
Okay. And so, are you a Christian or religious, non-religious? Just asking, like, basic, like, nothing attacking or anything like that.
Yeah, I'm agnostic. Now, do you think that it's wrong to be gay?
No. So,
Okay.
I support it. I volunteer at LGBT Pride.
I appreciate you so much. I don't think that you're a Trump supporter, and you probably just came up here to debate me on neopronouns. Yeah, I mean... Yeah, I gave my explanation. Let's go to get that next guest connected to the box. Only up inside of that queue if you happen to be MAGA. Welcome in. Do you support Trump?
Yes, I do.
How old are you?
I'm 19.
What year were you born in?
2007.
Okay, what month?
January.
Okay. Alicia, thank you for the 10... Yeah, you would be 19. Alicia, thank you for the $10 who says you should make a full document of your sources and info. I've been considering that. Yeah, it'd take a bunch of work, but it'd be really beneficial. Thank you for the $10. Joe, thank you so much for the $30 donation over on Venmo. Thank you so much, Joe. Let's get 300 Joe W's. I really appreciate you. Joe with the 30 says, Black and Indigenous Americans are more American than Jared, whose ancestors probably came over from the Ireland in the 1910s. Right? No, absolutely. Thank you for the $30. I appreciate you, Joe. Then Eccentric, thank you for the $5. And Georgia, thank you so much for the $10. And that's a good consideration to make, Georgia. Over on Super Chat, thank you so much, Ben, for the $50. Thank you so much. Oh my God. Brother, that's wild. Thank you so much for the love and support, man. Let's get 500 Ben W's in that chat. Hell yeah. Ben with the 50 says, hey there. LGBTQ plus advocate and rule MN here, wondering if you'd be willing to assist our small LGBTQ plus nonprofit by raising awareness for fundraising campaign for Pride Month. Send an email to you and we could follow up with the details. Yeah, if you just shoot an email to, I think like the connected email to my link tree, like hello@deanwithers.com. I'll check it out. I'll get back to you, Ben. Hey, so Colin, why do you support Trump?
Because I'm pro-life. I'm an abolitionist of abortion. That's really the only reason.
Okay, so is there anything that Trump could do that make you stop supporting him? Because when I encounter single policy voters, you're essentially saying I don't really care what else Trump does. He could destroy the economy. He could end our constitution. He could overturn our democracy. He could install himself as a king. He could start wars overseas. He could rape women. He could exploit girls. But if he's anti-abortion, then I support him. So is there anything that Donald Trump could do outside of not being anti-abortion that would make you stop supporting him as president?
I mean, yeah, I guess so.
Okay, like what?
I mean, you bring up the point with the woman's dressing room and all that, which I would agree with you on. I'm gonna be honest. I really don't like Trump as a person, but kind of like that question that you gave that woman. If we were to have an election tomorrow between Harris or Trump, I would vote for Trump.
I know, but I'm
Purely
asking you,
because-
is there anything that Donald Trump could do outside of being pro-abortion that would make you stop supporting him as president?
No, absolutely.
Like
Absolutely. Just what he's done with blasphemy. I don't really support him as a president. It's mainly because I'm just right wing. I just want to debate you about abortion. It's really all I'm up here.
Dude, there's no Trump supporters left, you guys. We may just, honestly, we may end up just opening up the streams to like general right versus left debates. And like, not only is that because we're really struggling to find Trump supporters anymore, but on top of that, I honestly feel like it'd be almost more productive, right? Like, get people out of like the MAGA cult, but also like get people on the left, right? Like, we may just start having those general right versus left debates. I'll have to talk to Parker about that, see what his thoughts are. Araya, thank you for the jump hop. I appreciate you. Thank you. Like I said, lazy as fuck, dude. Why can I still hear it? Oh my God. It was still playing for like 3 seconds after I kicked him. All right, guys, we're going to get that next guest loaded up in the box. Folks, we probably don't have too much longer on stream. We're going to be ending 30 minutes earlier today than we usually do, which means we have around 30 minutes left just so me and my girlfriend can go camping and still have enough daylight to set everything up at camp. Bowman, do you support Trump?
Hi, I just had a quick question. What did you think about the barrage of tweets from Mark Levin and Megyn Kelly?
I don't follow Mark Levine and Megyn Kelly on X, so I don't even know what you're referring to. We're looking for Trump supporters, guys. Please follow the rules. Please follow the rules. Looking for MAGA. Sorry, I'm just talking to my girlfriend. Getting ready to go camping, folks. Today, I invested in a camping stove. So we'll be able to cook food on the go. Let's go to get that next guest connected to the box. Only hop inside of that queue if you happen to be MAGA. If you want to support me, you want to support the stream. Once again, you can find the Venmo and the PayPal and the link tree in the bio on TikTok. Pin message on that other place. And the ads right there. Dean Withers without the Ian Withers. Jim Stone, do you support Trump?
Yes.
Rhea, thank you for the Viking Hammers.
I'm from Scotland, but
we need to put the rules in the middle of the phone screen. Go to be 18 plus American MAGA, guys. Please do follow the rules. Let's go to get that next guest connected to the stream. Yo, Fallon, thank you for the $10 on Venmo. Says I appreciate what you do. Well, Fallon, thank you for being here. I hope that you're having a good day, and I hope that you enjoy the last debate of the stream. It'll be good. It'll be good.
Yo.
Hey, do you support Trump?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh shit.
Oh,
One second. Russell, I found you. Russell. I don't know why it's doing this, man. I've never seen TikTok do this before a day in my life. There's a little button down here that I could use to invite someone to the stream. And Russell, when I click on this button to invite you, at the top, I'll read it off for you since it's blurry. It says Grillmaster 3000 is not available. I don't know why it's not working for you, Russell. I've literally never seen that issue before. Robert, you were on earlier. Did you come back with an argument?
You're a rookie. You don't even understand how to use the app yet.
Okay. Well, since you're not a rookie, can you tell me why it's saying that the guest isn't available and how to fix that? Can you teach me?
Well, maybe you should probably restart your app, first of all.
Okay.
That would really help. You probably have a bunch of misinformation flags because you spread a lot of misinformation.
Okay, so you think it's like flags for misinformation have something to do with why I couldn't invite him? Well, then why could I invite you?
Might be a special guest.
Okay. It seems like you're really talking out of your ass, but you do that a lot. I mean, you're a Trump supporter.
I don't talk out of my ass. No.
You always talk out of your ass. Every word that leaves your mouth is coming out of the ass.
No, it's coming out of my. You're being now you're being disingenuous, just like every.
I'm not
debate.
being disingenuous. You literally speak out of your
I'm
ass.
catching you in your.
No, I'm not being
You're
disingenuous.
speaking out of your mouth.
You
I'm
literally speak out of dude. It's kind of like grotesque, honestly. Like whenever you want to communicate with somebody, you gotta bend over and spread it. Dude, it is gross, Robert.
disingenuous as fuck.
No,
You guys,
it's not.
and this is the guy you guys are supporting. Now he's going on a camping trip. He's gonna probably go have fun. Doesn't even know how to cook. I'll guarantee that.
Oh,
He's
this
like,
is the guy that you're supporting. He's gonna have fun. Robert, come on,
yeah,
man.
because come on,
Come
dude,
on.
let's be honest.
Come on, Robert.
Boring.
You got it. You
It's
got to do
probably
better
so
than
boring.
you got to do better than that, Robert.
You probably
No,
don't
you
do
guys got to
nothing.
stop
You
supporting
just
Dean. He's
finally
gonna.
got to be able to
he's
fucking
gonna
pull up a beer now.
camp. He's
finally cracked that
he's
open.
gonna have fun.
First timer.
Robert, are you the
Pulling
fun
out
police?
the beers. What?
Are you the fun police, Robert? You don't
I
like it
always
when people have
have
fun?
fun.
No, you don't like it
You
when
just
people
don't
have
seem
fun.
like the guy to have fun.
No, you don't seem like the type of guy to know how to have fun. Your fun is like harassing minorities on Twitter, dude. Come on, that's not fun, Robert.
I don't even have that.
Okay, sorry.
Isn't it
Instagram.
called X
So,
now?
do you have an argument for why Trump is a good president?
Isn't it called X? Isn't Twitter called X now?
Oh, should we respect their new name?
Oh. Dean.
Am I doing something wrong?
Misinformation
by
again.
naming X?
Misinformation flag. TikTok. Flag that.
Listen, buddy, let's just get the argument. Why do you support Trump?
Because he's doing everything great. Let's get to the argument as to why you can't cook. Why can't you cook? Why'd you buy a new grill if you can't cook?
How do you know I can't cook?
What do you cook?
Well,
I guarantee you
my
probably
favorite-
make nothing but mac and cheese.
So
you probably have your own chef on the side because you
I'm
get
really,
paid so much.
I'm really good at cooking steak. I'm great at it.
How do you like your steak?
Well, it depends on the cut. If it's a more fattier cut, like a ribeye, medium. If it's a leaner cut, like a fillet, or even some sirloins, medium rare.
Big steak guy. I'm a big steak guy too.
Yeah, okay. So what is your preferred method of cooking a steak?
Dean.
No,
don't
no,
worry
tell me.
about how I
What
cook
is
a
your
steak.
preferred method on cooking? Since you want to talk about, you know,
I can't tell
a
you.
dude's
I can't
ability to
tell
cook,
you
tell
my
me.
recipe on how to fucking properly.
Okay.
marinate a steak.
How about this?
Do you
know-
marinate your steak?
do you know to-
Do you? Do you not?
No.
Do you? No, you don't, because you don't know anything about any.
Really?
fucking
Okay. So
steak.
I have a
Yeah.
question. I have a question for you. What's a
You
gray
should be
band?
marinating your steaks.
What's a gray band?
I don't eat that.
No, what is a gray band? Tell me. What's the gray band of a steak?
The gray part of the steak.
Holy fucking shit. You cannot tell me that you know how to cook a good steak if you don't know what a steak's gray band is.
Dean, you don't need all the terminology.
That's
you Literally, all
crazy.
you do is
That's
research
wild.
and research everything. You
Yes, that
probably went
is.
right-
That is in fact what I do, Robert.
And this is why I like when the vegans come up and they prove you wrong a little bit on a couple things, because like
Get out of here. Get out of here. What a loser. Let's go to get that next guest connected to the box. Only hop inside of that queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Trump as president, please. Thank you. Thank you so much for the $20 SOR over on Super Chat. He says, I know it's not much of a challenge when you debate these folks, but in general, do you have any recommendations for resources to improve at rhetoric when partaking in debates or arguments? Yes, the best resource is just simply doing it again and again and again and again. Getting good at it requires practice. That is your very best resource. Mama, thank you for the $10 who says, for your camping fun. Also, I wanted to show you my new kitten, Poppy. Send my love to Mama. Well, shout out Poppy. Thank you so much for the $10. I really appreciate you. You're awesome. Hey, welcome in, Kenzie. Do you support Trump?
Yes.
Oh, you're the one who ran away from me, Kenzie, right?
What do you mean?
I'm just reaching back into the pits of my memory. So I had you on the stream weeks ago. First question that I asked you was, what are your thoughts on Donald Trump sexually exploiting women and girls? You tried to redirect it into a conversation about, well, what is a woman or what is a girl? I told you that we're pre-assuming your definition that a woman is an adult human female. You fought back against that for like 20 minutes and inevitably conceded. And then we moved on. I gave you the case that he had sexually exploited them. You denied it to begin with. You said that he never explicitly used the words dressing room. Then I described to you and how that doesn't matter. Then you inevitably just like left and ran away. Do you remember that? Because I remember that.
I don't remember running away from you, but I do remember our conversations.
Wait. No, there's something else there that I'm trying to remember. You went on pause for a source and you never came back and you ran away. And this was half a month ago.
I don't remember that.
I do. You did. You fucking ran away.
Well, the second time we talked, you didn't even remember that I'm clipped on your YouTube channel. So
'Cause I
there's that.
don't post videos on my YouTube channel. I have an editor for that. You're not as
Right.
important as you think you are.
Oh, I know I'm not, and you aren't either.
Really?
But
I'm
it's
not
okay.
I'm not as important as I think I am. Well, how important do you think I am?
So now we're doing what you accused me of doing earlier, pivoting away from why I support Donald Trump.
Well, I was just asking you a question about an allegation you lobbed at me. Is that not fair to do? Maybe
Well,
if you didn't
you
want
won't
to talk
answer
about the
any of the
allegation you
questions
lobbed
that I
at me,
asked you.
then you shouldn't have lobbed it at me.
What?
If you don't want me to investigate the allegations you lob at me, then don't lob them at me. And you know what? About the
I haven't
self-importance.
even said anything
I am
about you.
so humble. I am the most humble person alive. There is not another human alive that is more humble than me. Okay? It is literally impossible to be more humble than me. And anybody else out there that thinks they're more humble than me is fucking crazy. They're actually insane. I'm the most humble person alive, Kinsey.
Okay.
So Ken's, it's a joke, by the way. I saw somebody in the comment section. I saw somebody in the comment section say ... That's not. It's a fucking joke. Calm down. All right. So we're gonna pick up where we left off. How do you still support Trump as president in consideration of the fact that he has sexually exploited women and girls?
Two things. Number one, Charlie Kirk supported him, and I know that you have.
He also supported child torture. Do you support child torture?
Why are you? Do you support letting women finish?
Well, yes. Go ahead.
Okay. Oh, there you go. Okay, cool. So, Charlie Kirk supported Donald Trump, and I support Charlie Kirk. You make a mockery out of him and celebrate his unalivement.
It'd be unaliving. Unalivement. So unalivement isn't a word, just for future reference.
You don't want to talk about the root of what I'm saying.
No, I will. I just had to correct your grammar. So
For the
you support
fourth time.
So you support Trump because I
row.
celebrate Kirk's death. So before Kirk was executed, you didn't support Trump.
I did support Trump, but the main reason why I still support him is because of Charlie Kirk, because I couldn't vote in the first election. The second one, I voted for him, and then this most recent one.
How have I
obviously,
celebrated Kirk's death? Out of curiosity.
If you tap my name and you scroll to my account, it's the second video that I've posted.
Can you
where
describe the contents to us?
You and Santana and Tax were all talking.
Yeah.
And what?
I just said yeah. I'm just, giving you
Okay,
verbal
cool.
feedback so you have my active attention.
Oh my God! You don't have to treat me like your girlfriend. It's okay.
Alexa, thank you for the $5 on Venmo.
the
Says
second
let
thing
women
that you
finish. I
said,
appreciate
here
for the
we go.
$5, Alexa. Helen,
He
thank you for the
doesn't wanna
$10.
talk,
She
guys.
says your memory is flipping.
Trump. He doesn't want to talk to me. Look at him.
I'm just thanking some donors. It's okay. You could calm down.
No,
Helen
you
with
just said earlier that you support letting women finish.
I know, but I support making bread more. I'm up. We got $10 from Helen. 100 Helen W's in that comment section. Your memory is flipping amazing. Holy crap. Thank you so much for that, love, Helen. Okay. Listen.
Oh,
Listen,
Dean.
go ahead. Listen, go ahead. Sorry.
So anyway, back to what I was
Cody,
saying.
thank you for the $30 donation on PayPal. That is CODI.
Go.
Let's get 300 Cody W. Seriously, I really appreciate you so much for that love and support. That is beyond kind of you. That is so much money. Please show some love to Cody down below in that comment section. She's all red flags. On God, Cody. Thank you so very much. Thank you. Show some love to Cody down below. Go ahead.
Awesome. So the second video that I have on my account is a clip of you and Santana and Tax. Do you remember Tax?
Yeah, of course I remember Taxman American.
Amen. So, Tax was defending Charlie Kirk. You allowed Santana.
You mean sucking his
to
cock?
use-
You mean like on his knees? Like slobbering all over it? Like, okay, because we need to be clear. Defending Charlie Kirk is a bit of an understatement, and I think he would agree with that sentiment. No, he is literally Charlie Kirk's pet. Charlie Kirk's ride or die. Like, if Charlie Kirk was ever to be venerated into a spiritual leader or a god in like 2 generations from now, it's going to be because of TPA's ministry today. So let's just
Yeah,
let's
I
not get
would say
it twisted.
I would say there's even an argument to say that he loves Charlie Kirk more than Erica Kirk does.
Oh, hi, Parker. I've been trying to get on your live for a while. I've never talked to you
hello.
before. I actually was looking at you before I requested to be on his live because I've never talked to you before. But anyway, back to what I was saying. I have a clip of you on my TikTok account that I can play if you would like to hear it.
I'll just take your word for it. Just tell us what we said. God damn, bruh.
Santana was making jokes about Charlie Kirk being in hell. And then Tax called him out on it. And when he said, did you just inquire that Charlie Kirk, the American hero, is in hell? And then you let out this like horrific sounding laugh and then allowed for...
If hell's true, if hell exists, then Charlie Kirk is in hell. That's not celebrating his death. That's stating a
because
fact.
God forbid you stop making fun of a deceased man that defended you after you said the N-word and said you were just a kid. God forbid.
Oh my gosh, guys, please let Charlie Kirk rest in peace. He's hot and looking up. Let him have some rest. Anyway, go ahead, TP.
Did you just infer that Charlie Kirk, the American hero, is in hell, you sick? I don't listen. Hey,
Damn.
No, man.
That was a pretty
I
ugly
know your
laugh, to
parents
be
did
fair.
not do a good job, but I'm sorry they didn't. But that you don't need to take that out on the rest of us, okay?
Sometimes I
At some
laugh way
point,
too
grow up
loudly.
and forgive them for their mistakes. Well, you just acted like Charlie Kirk's in hell. I don't know.
You know, I saw a comment
Your
on some
BuzzFeed
TikTok.
article proves you wrong.
Okay, I saw a comment on some TikTok post saying, "Oh, Dean's laugh is kind of annoying."
No, address
Dean's
what
laugh
I
is
just
loud.
said.
My laugh kind of is too loud and annoying sometimes. I'll try to work on that. Listen.
No, I don't give a shit about your laugh.
well, see,
Respond to what I just played.
See, the thing is everything said in that clip is based and true. Because Charlie Kirk, if hell exists, is in hell.
And you would laugh and mock at somebody that's in hell right now.
Well, I would
You're
laugh
also
at the
not
suggestion.
religious. I know
that,
you don't remember, but I do. Our first time
So-
talking, you brought up religion out of fucking nowhere.
Mhm.
And now you're like defending Santana, saying something so disgusting, and not only defending it.
Well,
laughing
there was
about
nothing
it.
disgusting
What is
about.
wrong with you?
Listen,
you also said the
could-
first time that you found
could-
out that he
hey.
wasn't alive anymore. No, shut
Hey,
up.
hey,
the
Kenzie.
first time that you said
You could say that what he said is disgusting, whatever, but you can't say it's wrong. You could clutch your pearls all day wrong, but you can't say it's wrong.
all day wrong. Okay. Anyway, back to what I was saying before you muted me for some reason. And you'll probably mute me again or drop me, whatever. I understand. No, so like you have this opinion about Charlie Kirk that has shifted. Because at first, when you found out about what happened to him, you were like devastated. Even though you didn't agree with him, you were like, I just had to watch somebody that I knew and had talked to personally have that happen to them.
Yeah,
And then
I
now
still
you're
hold to
laughing
that.
about Santana. No, shut up. Now you're laughing about Santana making jokes about him being in hell. You need to connect the dots. How
So-
can you have one opinion and then it change, not only change, laugh about it, mock it, that type
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, so I think that you kind of have a small brain, so I'll happily describe this to you.
Now
'Cause
we're
I think-
insulting.
No, it's just it's a simple observation. I've actually ran through
Yeah,
this on my
without
live stream
insulting
before.
women, can you deliver your argument without insulting women?
Okay, so you think that your gender identity protects you from honesty?
Well, it's not honesty. It would be an opinion in your point.
Okay.
And
So I'm gonna
remember,
go back.
we talked
I'm
about
gonna
gender
go back
identity.
to what I was saying as soon as we're done. As soon as I guess you were done interrupting me, because you were just like, saying, "Oh, Teen, you don't let me finish. Let me finish. Don't interrupt me." Okay, but like you can't let me speak more than 2 words.
Right, because you're insulting me. You don't need to do that. I'm capable of having a conversation without insulting the other person, and you cannot.
Well, listen.
So you either need to connect the dots,
I'm gonna
or
put you
you
on mute
can
now.
see.
So, I mean, I've gone over this on live before. I genuinely think like the people who hold on to the perspective that you do, and by the way, this isn't exclusive to the right. There's even some people on the left that think this, are either like underage minors and their brains just aren't developed enough to the extent to like truly rationalize the world around them in a nuanced way, or like unintelligent. And like clearly you're not a kid, so I just think that you're unintelligent. Both of those two things are simultaneously true. I think that Charlie Kirk is in hell. I think that Charlie Kirk was a terrible, fucking despicable person. He was literally okay with child torture. But I absolutely fucking was frightened to hell and back and had a very emotional reaction to watching the visceral and vulgar nature of somebody I knew, regardless of the fact that I didn't like them, get their jugular ripped open and just die, deanimate. B, knowing that Parker's on the live right now, was like running away thinking that it was a school shooting, FaceTiming me. And then C, thinking that that same thing could then happen to me, causing me to not leave my house for a month. And genuinely, anybody with an ounce of a good faith nature, with an ounce of nuance and an ounce of complex thought, can understand the psychology behind how these things can be a little traumatic, okay, in ways that are exclusive to like me, that don't apply to a lot of the people on the internet, right? Like a lot of people say, oh, why would Dean cry? I didn't cry. Okay. Well, we probably both hold just as much disdain for Charlie Kirk, but you never met him personally. You didn't humanize him, and that's fine that you didn't humanize him. I did. Not because I chose to, but because, well, I met him in person. It's kind of hard not to humanize somebody you meet in person, right? You know, your best friend wasn't there thinking it was a school shooting running away. You didn't have to then live like the next month of your life in the state of thinking that it could happen to you, right? I'm long-winded with this, but basically what I'm getting at here is these two things could be true at once. That I think that Charlie Kirk is a really bad person who's definitely in hell, but I also had a very emotional and kind of like psychological, like trauma response to everything that I saw for the three reasons I just described. Very complicated.
You haven't answered the question, and now you're hitting your anxiety pen. Out of respect for you, I'm not going to post the clip that I have of you actually having the anxiety pen residue coming out of your face. So thank you, Kenzie. All right, you're welcome, Dean. Now answer the question I asked you.
The residue? What?
Well, I don't want to say a word to get him taken down, even though he'll sit up here and tell me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, do you not know that he's joking? Oh my
Parker,
god.
I wasn't even talking to you, friend.
I understand, but I just I was kind of caught off guard that you thought he was being serious about the anxiety pen.
Okay, awesome. Anyway, another pivot. Answer my question, Dean, or you concede.
I did answer your question. The answer to your question is that both of those two things are simultaneously true at the same time. The question that you asked me is, Dean, well, why did you go from crying over his death to celebrating his death? And what I explained to you were A, the reasons why I cried over his death, and then B, how it could simultaneously be true that I had a pretty traumatic response to everything that unfolded for the reasons that I described. And I think that Charlie Kirk is a bad person. So the most direct answer to the question is, well, it hinges on the false preassumption that only one of these two things could be true at once, when in fact these two things could be true at once. Just in a little bit of a different sense than your bad faith framing.
Still haven't answered it. How can you have your emotional response? Yeah, I can do it too. How can you have that emotional response?
Layla, thank you so much for the $45 donation on PayPal. I really appreciate you so much for that love, Layla. Let's get 450 Layla W's down below in that comment section. Thank you so much for that love and support. Layla didn't attach a message to that dono, just sent it right on through. And Alexis, thank you so much for the sports car. Holy crap. Thank you so much. You are awesome. Thank you so much, you guys. Please show some love to Layla and Alexis down below in that chat. That is genuinely so kind of the two of you guys. Thank you so very much for that love and support. Can you please thank Layla and Alexis? Please? Can you thank Layla and Alexis? Wow. You're conceding the argument because you're not responding. You're saying some dumb shit like that. Abby, thank you for the $10 on Venmo, who says, have fun with a girlfriend on the camping trip. I appreciate you, Abby. You are awesome. You are awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see here. Elaine, thank you for the $8. Alex, thank you so very much for that love and support, and shout out to you. Congratulations. Alexa, thank you for the $5. And with all that being said, we're all caught up. I don't think that, like, she's like,
when are you going to answer?
Oh, shit, she's still there. Can you thank Layla for the $45 dono?
What purpose does that have to our conversation?
To be grateful for the supporters of the live stream so we could continue to facilitate and host these fruitful dialogues between good
It's hard for me to support your panel. It's hard for me to support your supporters because what they'll do every time we talk, and they're doing it right now, they'll slide in my DMs and say the most disgusting, horrific shit ever that I now have to filter.
Colin, thank you for the $10 to thank a donor to cut off Kenzie again mid-response. Damn, Colin, you timed that one good.
Again, then I'm assuming you concede.
Okay, well, that would be a really insane assumption to make.
So be quiet then.
Well, I mean, I would just disagree with the assumption.
You understood the question I asked you. You won't answer it. I'm pressing you about it, and then you turn to your supporters. And I don't need to beg for money on TikTok to be okay with myself.
You think I beg for money? One,
So anyway,
you think I beg for
back
money.
to what I
Two,
asked
I did answer your question. You just don't like the answer, so you're ignoring
You
it.
didn't answer the
Thomas,
question.
thank you for the $20 over on Super Chat. He says,
about it.
you can see that Kirk was a bad person and like
I'm
agree that he shouldn't have
assuming
been
Dean
killed at the same time.
concedes,
Guess the
chat.
caller can't comprehend.
We did it.
I
We got
appreciate you
Dean
so
to
much for the
concede.
$20, Thomas. Just because Kinsey says something makes it true, everybody.
We did it. Dean concedes, guys.
That was funny, Kinsey.
And girls.
It
I'm not
sucks
gonna
that you're such like an
discriminate.
annoying bad person, or else you could be pretty funny. Okay, so do you
Thank
understand?
you for
how,
that.
do you understand how I didn't concede because I did give you a response? You just didn't like the response.
Oh my God. Ooh, Parker's got his cam on. It's getting spicy up in here. Don't you only have 13 minutes left and then you got to go on your trip?
A
I'm
little
glad
bit
that you're
less than-
spending it with me before you do. I love that for you. Thank you.
Kenzie,
And
do you have like
every
a
time I
kink for like public embarrassment? Because this is brutal. Like the second hand
Yes.
embarrassment. You know, like when you like
Yes,
watch
I
those
do.
videos on your.
I do. I get wet when people humiliate me on the internet. So you're serving me really well right now, Dean. Thank you.
Parker turned his camera off.
What the fuck just happened, bro? I just got here, bro.
Oh
What's
my
going on?
God. Dude, that's some of the craziest shit I've ever heard. Oh my God, dude. Jesus faith. Dude. You're in for a treat today, Parker. You're in for a doozy on your stream, my friend.
Was it crazy?
Oh my God, I just don't even know what to say, man. This is some insanity. Insanity, Parker. Just, oh God, oh man. Well, that was the last debate of the day. I'm not gonna end yet. Gonna hang out for a couple minutes. Going on a camping trip, folks. If you're curious where some of the proceeds from the donos have been going recently, camping. Oh yeah, I'm building out the base for all the camping shit. Got a cool little like camp kitchen going on. I got to figure the system out, you know, but got like a little like stovetop burner. Got some propane. Oh, and I got a little tea kettle to warm some water to like make coffee. Also got a French press. So I'm like building the setup out, and I'll be using it a lot. Honestly, that's kind of like my getaway, folks, is the mountains. The mountains. And I happen to live in Colorado, so camping is everywhere. Camping is everywhere. Some people say glamping. I just say camping with amenities.
I've never gone camping before. I think we've had this conversation before, how I've never gone camping, and you were like, you should go camping, and I'm like, maybe.
Dude, what do you think like your contention is to camping? Like what turns you off?
One, I'm lazy. Two, snakes, fucking bears, wolves, mountain lions, no internet, seriously no technology. I don't know, all of those things I think together.
Okay.
Bugs, bugs are gross.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in like camping season, like you won't find bugs everywhere. Like I go camping, I won't share the exact location, just in the middle of the woods. No bugs out there. You said about the no AC. Well, I mean, in camping, here in Colorado, high elevation, you don't need an AC. You need a jacket, if anything. What else did you say? No internet? That's kind of the point, bro. Is to disconnect. It's good. And it's like you think that you won't be able to do it, but it's like you will. And then about bears, honestly, I thought that bears were like a big threat. But in recorded state history, all of recorded state history, There's only been 4 instances of bears killing people.
But you understand, like, I'm gonna be like the 5th, right?
Yeah.
Like that's in my brain, so I'm just not gonna test it.
Right. Well, that's why, you know, you get some bear spray, you know, bring a little strap if you got one, maybe an axe too. Like that's my setup for tonight. Like right beside the sleeping bag, I'm gonna have my strap, my 9mm. Okay, I'm gonna have my axe, and then I'm gonna have my bear spray. So if we get
at that
attacked,
point, I'm gonna have to go get I would not trust myself with an axe against a bear, bro. I'm sorry. What, bro?
Like on the duo is the strap and the spray, right? Strap one hand, spray the other. Bear comes up, you're coming out on top. Hate to kill a bear, but I would to save my own life. Some of the chat says
aren't bears like 1,000 pounds running at me?
Well, I mean, yes. Until the
I need
strap
a
and the spray come
lightsaber,
out.
bro. I need a lightsaber to feel comfortable.
You're camping with a lightsaber. That's crazy. Someone in the chat said strap for Pride Month, bro. Oh my god. Get your mind out of the gutter. Get your mind out of the gutter. It'll be fun. It'll be good. It's just like really refreshing, you know? Imagine waking up in the morning to some great views. The birds are chirping and you're drinking a coffee, sitting beside your girlfriend, and it's just great, you know?
So here's my understanding. You wake up, you're in the middle of the woods. It's cold as fuck. You are incredibly cold. You might even be sweating because you are wearing too many clothes. Now you have to like make breakfast out of the random stuff that you decided to bring with you. Now that might be the most fun part. But then after that, you've got to do like this whole trek of like effort just to be able to get yourself back to the other area that you need to go in the first place. Like a whole trek outside. That sounds diabolical. And also, like, bro, where are you going to the bathroom, bro? That's brutal. That's brutal. Unless you have like a cabin with a bathroom, you're cooked, bro.
Well, the bathroom, that's the interesting part. Listen, if it's just number 1, you know, you're pissing with Mother Nature, okay? All right, number 2, it's a little bit more
You're
difficult.
gonna pick up a poison ivy leaf, bro.
By pissing?
I was just making a joke, like, you know, like how people like you don't have any toilet paper, or like
oh
you're gonna pick
yeah,
up a leaf.
true, yeah. Ooh,
That was like you're gonna pick up a leaf that's poison ivy.
Yeah, number 2 is a little bit more questionable, but you know, it's almost like refreshing. Taking a shit, all right, with birds chirping. You know, you're in your natural element. This is where humans are supposed
can't
to
imagine
be.
that.
Fuck
being
the
a vibe.
amenities of modern society. Okay, we
Cannot
don't
imagine that being a vibe.
Infrastructure is horrendous. I'm an eco-fascist. We need to return to our roots. Do you know that people like that actually exist? They call themselves eco-fascists.
There's eco-socialists as well.
Yeah, pretty nuts. I'm just making a joke. Yeah, that's kind of why I only go camping one day. All right, speaking of camping, I need to head off. Bonnie, thank you so much for the $30 on Venmo for the Dean and Parker camping trip. Yo, let's go, Bonnie. Thank you so much. Gage, thank you for the $25. He says, hey, Dean, I'm not a MAGA, but my uncle is, and I just downloaded TikTok, and I can't join the queue, but I have a different question. How does AI/automation generate jobs as it is actively taking jobs away? I understand that it increases productivity, though. Well, I mean, I think it would reduce jobs. Productivity will ultimately reduce jobs. And I mean, that could lead to a jobless society, maybe at some point in the future. Automation becomes so advanced that we don't need jobs. Serena, thank you for the $15, who says, get a bottle of wine for dealing with all that crazy MAGA women, and I hope you have the best time with a girlfriend. Love and appreciate you as always. We'll love you too, Serena. Thank you for the $15, and that sounds like a great idea. And then Shannon, thank you for the $5 over on PayPal. I am out of here. Parker, you going to start your live?
Yep, I'm about to start right now.
Cool, dude. Guys, go raid Parker. At Parker Get a Job on TikTok. At Parker Get a Job on YouTube. Appreciate you for joining.
Appreciate you, man. Have a good time camping.
Thanks. Take care.
Take care.
All right. Peace, love. Good night and goodbye. See y'all tomorrow.